I fixed that thing a few weeks ago, and I'm still like shocked every time. Like, oh god, yeah, that's right. It goes faster.
Been a while, yeah.
It goes faster now, which is usually not what you want, but in this particular instance, you actually do. And speaking of speed, we only have a few minutes to podcast tonight. It's gonna be a really short.
Yeah. Got to get this done.
Got to get this done right now.
We're going to watch our video on, three times.
I just realized what we didn't put back up. Look at that. We don't have chat up.
There's no chat.
Is anybody even here? Probably no one's here. That's all right. We didn't miss anything. We're going to put up chat right now. It's going to see. It's all blank. It's fine. There is not a single person here right now.
Oh, look at that.
We didn't even have chat up. It doesn't matter. No one's. Oh my God.
People are here.
There are people here.
What you got?
Everyone settle down. Oh my God. Sushi, Taco, Afraid. Good to see you all here.
Man.
Good to see you all here. And Sushi with the gifted sub to Taco. How nice is that? Super, super nice. And taking advantage of the 25% off that is going on right now on Twitch. 25% off gifted subs. We'll sell ourselves out for something like that. We will definitely do that for sure. But good to see you, Afraid, Taco, Sushi. Good to see you all. Sorry, we had a weird little technical thing right as we started, and then I forgot to put chat back up.
That's me. I'm the weird little technical thing.
Yeah, you haven't been called that since college.
And your name.
That's right. Your technical what?
Weird
Arizona?
little technical thing.
Weird little technical thing. Arizona is in a bowl game today, and but that will not be the main focus of the show. We've got some champagne. We've got some sparkling wine. We've got a non-alcoholic IPA because we're still kind of on that kick of looking for some more options because people have been asking us for it. Yeah, that's kind of what we do on a beverage podcast. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith.
And we're about beverages, so we're going to do what the title says.
Beverages.
Yeah, we definitely do those things.
I was thinking about when I was bringing the sparkling wine and the champagne over, I was like, oh, this is a lot lighter than our last 2 weeks. The last 2 weeks,
alcohol-wise?
Yeah, we went three.
It was big.
We went 3 bourbons or whiskeys each time.
Studio, good to see you. Baker, here's to a fun evening. Hi, Bevy Bros. Baker, it is good to see you. Studio, good to see you as well. Good to see everybody here. Played some Crucible the other day. Got my ass run through a blender and served back to me. That does not sound
blended ass.
Good. No, blended ass, not what you'd look for, especially
liquefy,
if it's your own.
puree, chop.
Whip.
And whip.
Whip. Do all of those things.
And serve.
And serve.
Serve back.
What kind of platter was it, though? Was it actually a silver platter? Did I miss that out? I mean, depending on the platter, that could be what maybe topped it off as being not as bad as you'd hope. Yeah, we all, like I said, thinking of the New Year's Eve coming up for a lot of people here, at least for the entire world, right? New Year's Eve, that's probably a universal holiday, right?
Well, I don't know. Maybe there's like Chinese New Year's and things like that.
Oh, so no one's. But you say it's still global though, is it? But are those different? How does that work? Do they does one celebrate one and not the other? Do you think someone celebrates, and says like, hey, it's New Year's Eve, and they're like, no, I will not celebrate that. I need 2 more months.
Yeah, I don't know how
and it's about
works,
to be.
Actually.
What year is it about to be in the Chinese New Year?
The year of the cat?
No, not Cat Stevens. Year of the Dragon. This guy right here.
Oh, okay.
So Year of the Dragon. So
year
hopefully,
of the cat. I was going more Al Stewart.
Oh, okay.
Year of the cat. Okay. I don't believe in New Year's.
Ooh, spoon-fed. Wow, like a little baby. I don't believe in New Year's. There we go. All right, we found someone who didn't believe in New Year's. It's fine. It's fine. I feel like my chair is slightly back. Hold on. I'm going to adjust it. There we go. I feel better now. A little far back. This very definition of rough, no platter, just crappy plastic cup. Oof. Probably red solo probably cup? Wasn't even a red solo cup. It was probably a blue one. One of those blue solo cups, which I don't know if that actually means anything, but there's a few different colors of solo cup. You was born in the Year of the Dragon? Same. I was actually not making a joke. Also Year of the Dragon as well. My wife is Year of the Rat. Do you know what you are in Chinese? Is that?
I don't.
No?
I don't know why the first thing I thought of was horse, but I don't know if that's right.
Oh, okay. I think Planty was saying that he was a horse.
Okay.
Someone was talking, because we came up in chat again the other day, but yeah.
It cycles through like every, is it 11 years or 12? Is there, how many animals?
Oh, that's a good question.
Do they have? I'm not sure.
I don't know. Because I think our brother is a monkey. Yeah, exactly. Is that how they came up with the Disturbed song? Yes. It could be. I'm the snake. There we go. You're the snake. Been living in a 1985 for 30 years. I'm actually watching the stream on a VHS tape. There we go.
Okay.
Perfect. I love myself a good VHS tape. I still have some out in the garage. We have them. I don't know if they would, you'd probably put them in and they would just rip in half, but I'm going to assume you're the same age as me and not born in 1976. I was not born in 1976, but that's not far off. That's not far off. But yeah, and I think our sister-in-law is also a dragon. She's also Year of the Dragon. So we've got a couple, but Yeah, I don't know how that. There's certain like ones that like fit together, but like I don't know how that works. Anyway, have fun looking that up at some point.
I will.
Let's get out a beer. Shall we do that?
Let's do that,
Let's
or at least a non-alcoholic beer.
Let's get out a non-alcoholic.
Some people say near beer.
It still can be a beer though.
It's a beer.
Okay,
it's a beer without
it is
alcohol.
A beer. It is a beer without alcohol. Guardian Down, good to see you. How are you? Maybe we're the same age. Could be. Could be afraid. Could be very. I could be very afraid. Also on tap for this evening, like I said, so we're going to have non-alcoholic IPA. We're going to start out with that, just chat with all of you. Then we're going to do a podcast of an actual champagne from the Champagne region of France, which is the only way you can actually call it champagne. Anything else is sparkling wine. And after we've done that podcast, we're going to watch the secret podcast that we recorded last week with our special thank you beverage. That'll be our inception portion of the show, which will happen about halfway in, roughly. Be afraid.
Recursion.
Be very afraid. All right, let's see. I got to go to podcast. Not the first one. See, I've got everything. The one we're doing second is actually I had lined up as the fourth one. So you have to remind me on that one. This is number 2. So this should be correct. Okay, there we go. There we go. Talk about the beer. Halfway is better than nothing. I mean, that's what you tell all the girls, right?
Okay.
That's what you tell all the ladies.
I'll meet you halfway. That's better than no way. I'll meet you halfway.
So how did you find this?
How did I find it? I found it sitting on my shelf at my local Trader Joe's.
Okay, is it only to be found at Trader Joe's?
We found that that's not the case.
That is correct.
Because we were at Total Wine. It's available at Total Wine, which they had this holiday one. I would have liked to have had that one as an option for.
I saw people talking about that because it's got a
Okay.
picture of Santa on it, right?
Yeah. Yep. You and I saw that when we were perusing the NA section. Not any section, but the NA section at Total Wine.
No.
The nah section.
We learned. I mean, there is a lot. There is a wealth, a bounty. If you were looking for, plethora. Yeah, someone might say a plethora of non-alcoholic IPAs from breweries like BrewDog, which is I think they're out of Scotland or the UK.
I think so.
And they do their Punk IPA, which is one we liked a long time ago. I've not had that one in forever, so it might be not as good anymore, but. I remember that was one I always enjoyed, and they have a whole like mixed pack of like 3 or 4 different ones. So it seems like there are some much better options than it used to be when people just grab some O'Douls or what else? What was the tagline with what beer drinkers drink when they're not drinking beer?
That was O'Doul's.
Was that O'Doul's? Okay, so. And then it was always
Stroh's was an actual beer.
And then Gallagher said the whole thing. There we go.
Ah, yes.
Oh yes. You have a plethora.
You have a plethora of non-alcoholic IPAs.
What is a plethora? Why, guapo?
Well, you told me I have a plethora, and I just would like to know if you know what a plethora is. I would not like to think that a person would tell someone he has a plethora and find out that that person has no idea what it means to have a plethora.
That would be frustrating. It would be frustrating to
With
agree
your
with
superior intellect.
That's the rest of it. And I was like, that's just getting too long. But I enjoy that part though too.
Yeah.
Because then it turns into the like, could it be because it's your turning 40 today? Yeah. They claim he's turning 40. No. And then they're like, because Carmen has not opened up to you like a beautiful flower or whatever.
I will kill her.
Yeah. Klaus von Bülow. It's not a good like a Klaus von Bülow coma. No, it was actually Santa Claus. Santa Claus was Klaus was on that one. I'm trying to think what else. Are there 3 from this brew? There's several from
3,
this.
yeah. Well, 3 that I know of now. 2 that we carry, and then the holiday one we saw. So there's probably more, but
yeah. I timed that well. It was perfect.
It was great
very
timing.
perfect.
Yeah, very well done.
So this is a new IPA from the German pioneer of non-alcoholic brews. This German brewery is very proud of itself. It is rare that I try not to look at tasting notes, but I fell down into this, not the tasting notes per se, but the very end information about this beer in particular. And if you guys want all that information, it should be here correctly. Boom, it's right there. You can click on that first link. The result of the Cascade hops and the other things going on, a full-bodied brew, the result, a deep, golden, unfiltered masterpiece.
Pride. It's German pride right there.
You done screwed up, AA Ron. You done screwed up. There's no way this is an unfiltered masterpiece. I'm sorry.
It used to just be.
Oh my God, that smells like the most amazing thing I've ever had. No.
It used to just be a dry hopped amber is what they called it, and then it was gone for a short period of time, and it came back as a dry hopped IPA.
It's funny though, the labeling makes it look like they almost stuck with it because it's still brown. Like I would have thought this was an amber from the way they did the.
Yeah, it didn't change too much.
No. 60 calories, 10.3 carbs, 1.8 grams of protein.
It's important.
I mean,
That's where it's my protein
that's
source.
where the Germans put their sausage. That didn't sound right.
That doesn't sound right either. In the boner garage.
New draft. Oh, it even said that whole little bit that it has on there even has on the back of the bottle. The German way of IPA.
Well, I don't know if they want to hang their hat on that, but go ahead. Try some.
It's always interesting. Okay. Very bread note, very like very baked bread like crust.
Yeah.
Little yeasty kind of going on in there. This is of the last couple that we have enjoyed from Athletic Brewing, which we were not fans of them at first, and then we've liked their last couple. I don't like this aroma as much.
I would agree.
Little hop note maybe in there too in the aroma. Not like anything specific. Like more like I'm surprised that they say it's Cascade. Well, although Cascade's a little bit of a. Seems like it's more of like the bittering kind of dank hops, but we'll see. It's unfortunate. I can see where people would like this.
I bought
because this
one.
has a taste similar to like just kind of classic Pilsner-esque kind of German beers, maybe. So if that is maybe more your style, like I'm surprised by. I know this is a hazy, but this is kind of looks. It does not look like normally that bright orange or like some yellow or something like that color. You get like it almost looks a little bit more.
It definitely looks
amber.
unfiltered.
That I will agree with.
Yeah.
So that throws me off a little bit too, but yeah, taste wise, like I said, it reminds me of like, oh, this is like a Czech Pilsner or like some sort of thing like that, where it's just like a little bit lighter in flavor. There's a little bit of hops in there, so I could see where some
back there.
I could see where some people would like. Well, I'm a little bitter at the flavor. I could see where some people would like this, and so I can see where this fits a profile. It's just not a style like of the other non-alcohol, or even this had alcohol in it. Mid-session ish, yeah, exactly. Mid-session ish. What were you going to say?
I bought one of these. I had it. And when I had it, I was like, I'm not sure. So that's why I bought another one. And that's why I'm glad we've brought it to the table for a little more
makes a difference.
In-depth analysis. And yeah, it's just, I mean, it's fine, but it's not as good as the ones we've had recently.
Okay.
But it's definitely, we had this once, not this one, but remember, I think I brought over the white label, the lager that one time. Just to open the show with.
Oh, okay.
And it was, and it was.
Did that remind you of this?
Not appealing. No, this is better.
Oh, okay.
But there is that kind of note. I remember you said, we were talking with Jay when we were trying it once, and you said it reminded you of the clear runnings or the
the final runnings.
Or the final runnings or the
Cool Runnings. That's a movie with John Candy.
Yeah, that's
where they're working.
That's true.
With the Jamaican bobsled team. The final, if you've ever actually brewed beer, that's one of the stages, like I said, that you actually do take a sample of is like I said, it's called the final runnings. And that's where you kind of do like how much sugar did you actually extract out of the mash and whatever else. And I usually try that. And that kind of just has like, that usually just kind of has a bready, lightly sweet kind of thing to it. Like you kind of poured water over your granola, let it sit, and then kind of, which kind of what beer is at some point. Yeah. Your alter ego is named Klaus. That's not bad. That'd be a good alter ego name. I saw one of my favorite things. There's a woman who does movie like not behind the scenes, but like 10 things you may not have known about, a certain movie or whatever. And she does that for a lot of things. So she's doing a lot of stuff around the holidays. Obviously, she did Die Hard. We won't go down that road again. But anyway, she was talking about Die Hard and going through it. And it was just interesting. I don't know. I'm sure you've heard some of this, but a couple of the little notes that stuck out in my head were that they actually had to offer the movie to Frank Sinatra first. So this movie is actually this based on a book, and there's an original book called The Detective. That book was made into a movie with Frank Sinatra back in like the 50s or whatever.
Okay.
So he was in that movie. When he did that as that role, he said if this like basically in his contract was like if this series ever comes up again, I have to be offered the role first. Fortunately, he was already in his 70s when they offered it, had to offer him the role, and he turned it down immediately, so it wasn't even difficult. But it was funny that because of that contract from years ago, they had to offer it to him. So I thought that was interesting. And then what was it? The scene where actually you see Alan Rickman fall.
Okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say the reason he's so scared. Did you know that part?
Not until about 4 hours ago.
Oh, really? That's funny.
Yeah, or 3 hours ago,
Yeah,
maybe even.
Yeah, so they talked about that. Yeah, so the reason he looks so scared on the fall is that they dropped him on 2 and not 3.
JJ told me they dropped him on 1 and not 3.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But
so
still,
they dropped him earlier than they said. So that's actually is the look of terror.
Like so when they very angry.
Yeah.
That's what.
It was his first movie. He'd actually, that was the other thing too. That was his first movie he'd ever done. They found him, he was in theater and they really liked him. They brought him to that. So he was also was scared every time people would shoot a gun. So they actually had to edit around him because every time someone would shoot, he would actually like wince at it. They're like, well, that doesn't look very good for this bad guy. So they had to like edit around some of his like, obviously his fear of that kind of thing. But anyway, those couple things were interesting. There was also a bunch of titles for what the because Die Hard does not translate into a lot of other languages or what the meaning behind it would be or whatever else. And so like they, there's a lot like the movies are called like Man Who Hates Glass, and that's what it's called in Japan. I can't remember what they were, but they were like some of them were that silly. Like the names were just like ridiculous. Like here's what it is in Sweden and the Netherlands. But yeah, it was interesting. She always does like 10 facts, but she's done stuff for Christmas Story and Home Alone. She did all like a Halloween stuff too. But.
Because there's a series called like The Movies That Made Us or The Games That Made Us.
Oh yeah, I love those.
So, and that's where JJ was quoting or was telling me, I don't know how I brought.
I think that's on
Netflix.
I
think I said I watched a little Die Hard the other day on Christmas because it was on Paramount. So we actually did watch some of the Christmas movie Die Hard. And he's like, "Did you know?" And that's the thing he told me that's funny. That scene with Alan Rickman, they dropped him on. He said on 1. That's what they and he was actually very very angry about that. But yeah, that's actual.
Yeah, that's actual fear in a man's eyes. If you wanted to know what that looks like,
yeah, you've acted this well enough. So can you work on that? Oh, I got an idea.
Yeah.
Let's just let him go. And I said, kind of like Takagi. When he's like, I'm going to count to 3.
Yeah.
1, 2.
Well, because then he's like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know, but you'll have to shoot me. Okay.
Yeah. Oops. What do you think? I'm stupid Hans?
Yeah. Also, there is like some edits in the movie too, where you can see like that he's like, that Bruce Willis is wearing like rubber feet over his feet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like there's some edit, like because she has it paused on a thing, and you can see like he's like looks like a little rubber booty because it's sticking way off his leg.
Oh,
and
wow.
stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, because he was like wearing like a little rubber something the whole time.
He probably appreciated not having to actually cut his feet up into ribbons.
Yeah, exactly. I like Klaus Meine. That's right.
Oh, wow.
That was always one of your favorites.
Klaus.
Maybe that's the other part of a phrase nickname. Yeah, this is fine. It's lemony kind of in the middle, like lemony Pilsner.
Maybe that's what gives it the bitter kind of.
Yeah, and there's a little bitter at the end.
Because that is there.
I was looking for. I'm assuming this is fairly fresh. Like I don't think that would be like again.
Well, because they did just switch over.
Even if more hops came out, like I don't think it would like definitely change my mind. But sometimes I was trying. Oh, here it is. That can't be the date. July 9th? July 9th, and it says, and basically like expiration, July 3rd
of next year.
Nope.
Oh, 2025?
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
That's how long a German will stand behind their non-alcoholic beer.
Wow.
2 years. Almost 2 years. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'm assuming it's produced 7/9/2023, and then expires 7/3/2025.
Wow. That's a long time. Should we buy one now and try it in 2025?
Please no. Like, this is delicious. It's double malted.
It got better. We tried one every 6 months. Yeah.
Too funny. Taco, how's it going? Thank you. Oh, that is super nice of you coming in and thanking Sushi for the gift sub. Very, very kind. Oh, that is too silly. Geo Stigma. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Very, very kind. We're just getting into the evening. This is the first beverage of the evening, a non-alcoholic IPA that we will not be recommending.
Yeah. Not recommending. It's not like...
Come on. You wouldn't...
Well, we wouldn't say stay... Would you if you were... I mean... I'm not saying I'm going to go out and say, oh, you have to try this, but it's not... I'd be like, oh, God, stay away. I'd probably say try something else if you have an option.
Yes.
Yeah. It's not like we're
So we wouldn't recommend it.
Well, okay. We're not disparaging it, though, are we?
I mean, I wouldn't drink it again.
Well, no, I'm not going to ask you to.
That's too funny. I've been here, just been talking to my mom. She just got home. Nice, Taco. Nice. We started watching, we're 3 episodes into Only Murders in the Building, the 3rd season. So we started watching that finally.
Okay.
So we started watching that.
Nice.
You wanted to watch some Timothy Frog. What are we going to do as the building comes over? That's my impersonation of whatever her name is.
Selena Gomez?
Selena Gomez.
Yeah, she does have something with her, like her mouth not being open.
Hey guys, what are you going to do? We should probably stop this murder. He said 010. Absolutely not. Exactly. Yes. Okay. Thankfully, Taco gets it 100%. Do not ever even put that near me again. But no, it's good. I'm enjoying it. Meryl Streep is amazing. Obviously,
yeah,
she's good. The only thing now, after having seen it for 3 seasons, is that, and I don't know if they set up. Do they wind up setting up a 4th season? I don't think they really get away. If you
yes.
Oh, okay. So there might be a 4th season then.
Supposedly there is a 4th season.
Okay.
Yep.
I've given everything away. I know where the poison is. Is that they really kind of, they have the formula that they do kind of really keeps sticking, where it's like about this, whatever it was, I don't know if it was in episode 2, definitely in 3, all of a sudden they start to like on the nose point at somebody. And you're just like, well, that's not the person.
It can't be.
You've already done this 2 times. Unless they follow through and it winds up this is their big, trick around or
Comes
whatever.
back around,
yeah, because they're literally like, they're kind of like showing you like, oh, maybe it's Meryl Streep. And then all of a sudden they're like, no, it's this person. And they just like literally at the end of the episode, they just like it's almost like 4 fingers come in from all sides and point at that one. It's like, okay, well, that's not going to be the person.
Right.
They're going to lead with them a little bit more, but it's kind of never finished season 1. I like it. I think it's fun. Like I said, I joke about Selena Gomez, but she's totally fine. And I like Martin Short and I like Steve Martin. I think they do well.
Well, of course.
They all have a good chemistry together.
Yeah. No, they do.
I think they balance out fairly well, like the old man jokes too. Like they throw those in just enough where it's not like super annoying, with her being very much younger, but they, and I like now once they have gotten to the 2nd and 3rd season, it's like they're just friends. It's not the whole like,
you're my older friend and you're my,
they're not fighting against each other anymore. They're just having like a good thing there. Now, Jack Reacher, you've probably already watched that like 3 times, Sushi. I've heard people seem to like that show. I have not, I still have not watched it yet. I have not watched even season 1.
We are 1 episode away from finishing season 2 of The Bear.
Oh, okay. All caught up except for next week's episode. Gosh. And you've caught up like 4 times now. I'm watching Jack Reacher during my private reflection time.
Yes.
How are you you still liking The Bear?
It's really good. This really good.
Really good.
There we go.
Really good. I liked it. Yeah, it's the. I would recommend watching it.
I would like to watch it. Just haven't watched it
He's
yet.
still he's at the beginning of season 2.
Oh, okay.
We're 1 episode away from finishing that. So, but yeah, there is a lot of really good character development. The first season is pretty intense, and this season has notes of that, but you're learning more about the people and seeing that. But I just think very well done, especially you've worked in the hospitality industry in any way, specifically a restaurant. You'll understand some of the things going on there. It's set in Chicago, so there's a lot of scenes of Chicago, and what's his name? Oliver Platt's good. It's just good. It's good cast.
Reacher show is way better than the Tom Cruise movie. I haven't seen the Tom Cruise movie either, but yeah, I've heard good things about the Jack. I might just try that on my own, just like watch a little bit, because I don't think my wife would be super interested.
Why is Paco yelling?
I don't know. Paco's yelling at us.
Hi,
Hi, Bobby
Paco.
and Keith. Paco, hi.
Happy New Year.
All right, I have a question.
Yeah.
So most people in here usually wind up calling me by my online username or whatever. Like so they'll call me Bevy. Sometimes they'll call me Andrew or whatever, my actual name. You were always your actual name. Question. So when you are playing Teamfight Tactics,
Yes.
do you have an actual different, you don't have to say what it is, but do you actually have a different like username? Is it like,
About Beverages.
Badass K123 or something?
No, it's
like
about beverages.
Oh, is that what you use?
Because I was trying to keep us alive.
That's true.
Continuously.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. Plenty.
thirsty guy walks into a bar. You finish it.
Yeah,
The front half of my tongue is a little bit of love. Guardian Down, you do love that one.
I think maybe Pocket suggested that, or you said, but I don't know. But I was like,
I may have at some point.
Yeah, so I left it. So I have that. About beverages. About beverages and Pocket of Positive play as a team.
I was wondering. That's pretty funny.
Yep.
Planty, thank you for the 7 months resubscribe. That is super, super nice. Appreciate that.
Planty.
Subscribing with Prime. Planty. It's not my birthday. I don't know. That seems like someone whose birthday it actually is, they would say. That's what they all say, Paco. Poor Paco. Poor Paco can't constantly. It was her birthday a little bit recently, but not every day. Not every day, but people give her a hard time. I don't know why. Even her kids now actually start singing happy birthday to her when it's not her birthday. Because 364 days of the year, it's true.
Happy birthday,
Christopher Columbus. Oatmeal.
Busy.
Exactly. It's all in good fun. All right. Well, I would like to wash the taste of this beer out of my mouth, either with some water or some actual champagne, which we're going to have.
We're going to do that
for the first podcast of the evening. And then as soon as we finish that podcast, we will watch the video that we recorded before the show last week, which was our super secret podcast that we did as our thank you podcast. It's a beverage that is usually a little bit on the pricier side that we do once a year. We kind of hit that one up, and then it winds up going over to my brother. And since he knows what it is, we don't have to hide it from him anymore.
No. And we don't probably have. Do we ever drink a little bit of it again? Did you get to try it again? I did have a little bit more of it. Okay, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, we can talk about that. But yeah, I did have a little bit more of that one, and it was like I said, it was I had more of it. Someone tell Lucky there's going to be 2 Keats. That's true. Yeah, someone let Lucky know there's about to be 2 Keats on the screen.
Lucky may still be recovering from Monday. The whole Chiefs Raiders thing.
Man, two pick sixes.
That would have been I wish I had money on that. Back in time.
And I don't know if you know this. So earlier in the year, though, the Bears' backup quarterback, we beat the Raiders. So vis-a-vis, our backup quarterback is actually better than Patrick Mahomes. Discuss that in chat while we take a break. We'll be right back.
I gotta say this word.
It's champagne. It's not a hard word to say.
No, the word that comes after Ernest.
Rapeneau.
Okay.
It's rare. Like, I don't have a problem saying
Rapeneau.
I'm sure it's probably terrible.
Ernest,
it's probably not the right way to say it either. Do you want me to type it into a thing you want to learn?
Rapeneau.
Oh,
We'll say
okay.
Rapeneau.
So what ads did y'all get? I don't know what ads. What ads is Twitch? What are they showing today? Was it for New World maybe? Maybe it was something actually within gaming or something like that. I don't know. Y'all crack me up. All right, what do we do now, Doc?
That's why we're here.
Doc was like, but not in a good way.
Yeah. Y'all crack me up. I'm unsubscribing.
I'm unsubscribing. I'm out of here. I got the subscription for free and I'm taking it back.
I don't want
I'm
it
returning
anymore.
it to the store.
Can I get a refund
I don't
on
want
this?
any bit of this. HJ, it's good to see you here. It is also good to know that Lucky is not texting and driving, but you will clip this for him since he is driving in a good way. Good.
Okay.
That's what I wanted to hear. I was worried there. Yeah, I don't know what ads people are. I don't know what Twitch is doing lately with some of their ads. Who knows? I don't want to find out. But yeah, what did you get at Frey? Now Frey doesn't have to worry about getting ads. Sushi, you're too kind.
What's the story, dog? Thirsty guy walks into a bar. You finish it.
Sushi, you're too kind. Thank you for the gifted sub to Affray. That is very, very nice. Got a Subaru ad and Progressive Insurance and a game, Wrath something. Oh, interesting. No ads for you.
Good.
Sushi is being very generous. That is very, very kind. Appreciate you, Sushi. That is very nice. Subaru ad. Okay. That sounds like stuff I would get. I mean, I drive a Subaru. You missed a lot of stream. You missed like 30 minutes. We're about to get to the champagne, so you probably didn't miss any of the stuff you were interested in. It's fine. Frosty, it's good to see you. Taco goat. Oh, that'd be actually. I've never had any tacos made of goat. I would do it though. Would you do it? Would you try it?
Goat meat. I've never had goat meat.
I haven't either.
I don't know.
Ads, that's a road I don't travel. Yeah, you do not travel that at all. But yay, champagne.
Yay.
Yeah, I guess kind of a third of it. So we've got champagne we're going to have here in just a second. We're actually going to record a podcast. on this one in particular. As soon as this is done, we are going to do the inception portion of the show where we and you are going to watch ourselves with the recorded podcast that we did last week. That was a secret. And we'll talk about that a little bit and kind of go over a few things. Maybe you'll try some more of the thing that we had if you come over on Sunday.
Oh, yeah, I will.
Okay.
For sure.
For sure. Taco Goat, as in greatest of all time. CG granted me that name. Clap. I'm excited. Greatest of all time is good. That is a good one to get. I mean, you're talking Michael Jordan, talking Bo Jackson, Walter Payton,
Tom Brady.
Oh, I thought it said greatest of all time. I'm sorry.
Oh, wow. Not the greatest quarterback of all time?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to deflate the conversation.
Discuss. Oh.
There it is. No, that was easy. That was too easy. That was too easy. Like some of Tom Brady's victories. You're in that division for 15 years. I hope you get to the playoffs all the time. Hey-o! All right. Yeah, we're going to record a podcast, so I'm going to take a few things down now for a little bit as we record said show. We do appreciate you guys coming here and hanging out. If you have not followed, please hit the follow button. We also appreciate that. Beverage Command was hit just a little bit ago, so that is what we're going to have right now. I knew it. Meme sub right there. Knew it. Did I get to it just in time? Can't believe it. Can't believe it. Now I got to go over here. Nope, not that one. Now I got to go to this one. There it is.
Afternoon, everybody.
I'm glad I have this worked out. It's Sushi with the 100 bits. Thank you for the bits. Sushi, thank you for the 100 bits. Is that going to play? Oh, there we go. Phew. Played correctly. Follow this, he says.
Vincent.
We happy? Yeah, we happy.
Sushi, thank you for the 100 bits. Frosty, thank you for the 6 months in advance. Also for 6 months in advance. Always appreciate it.
They want to drink Merlot?
No, we're not having Merlot. We don't have to worry about that.
Not this week.
I am not drinking any fucking
No
Merlot.
Merlot there. We're totally good down.
Relax, Miles. Jesus, no Merlot.
Meme sub. Thank you guys for the meme subs. Appreciate it. Did a hype train actually start? Oh my God. All you settle down now. We're going to have some champagne.
That's right. We're going to have some champagne. Oh, we need to put the champagne tab up.
Oh, that's right. And it's this one, which then means I need to be on. I'm going to go to this one right now before I forget. There we go. Ooh, here we go. Choo choo. Get on the train. The train is on the tracks again. As we go and have some champagne from the French. Actually, I don't think they talk like that at all. Got a rather sus response from a Shieldmate about champagne yesterday. Oh, yeah? What was the sus response? Sounded very judgy. I mean, I'm going to be honest. That's a good start to the... All right.
I know.
Figures you start a subtrain right now. All right. We're going to have to... Sounded very judgy. All right. Well, we're going to do this then. We're just going to have to do it. I like champagne. Fuck you. Oh, light. Oh, would you ever drink champagne for the kind of tone? Well, so I honestly have not found a. Actually, I don't want this. Oh, opening there. Frosty set me up for it. Okay. I got to do that thing.
There we go.
I'm not going to need this, but I'll set that there. Is that good enough? I was that kind of. No one should ever be like that about your beverage choice. But I'm going to be honest. I have never really found a champagne or a sparkling wine here and there, but a champagne specifically that I have liked. I know that's usually the mimosa thing, which I'm also not a huge fan of. I don't know what it is. They're just a little more on the like lighter vinegary side. And I've had some decent one. What's the one that our brother always buys?
Clicquot.
Yeah, and that's like supposed to be a pretty well known. Like this is a good one. It's like
$60 bottle.
I get that it's good. Yeah, that's definitely should be plenty in the good range. It's just never been my thing at all whatsoever.
Why are we doing this then?
Because you said it, and I make you drink pumpkin beers and force you into that.
So but I've gradually come to appreciate
that's
those.
true. Well, maybe I'll appreciate this.
Okay.
I'm very excited. So
and it's close to the new year, as we're recording this at least.
Oh, that's very true.
Which is a typical and traditional, but not the only time to drink sparkling wine or champagne.
Is this available year-round, are you saying?
It has been, yes, the last few years.
Are we actually trying something that is not a Trader Joe's exclusive?
I think we are.
Oh my God. We've got a champagne for this. Give it a shot. Happy New Year. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith. And we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage that we're about today is the Ernest Rapeneau Brut Champagne.
That is correct. I know very little about this other than there's a breakdown. We went to their website. Link if you were here watching our show live on Twitch. ! Beverage Command in chat. You can find out that it is 45% Pinot Noir, 35%, a word I can't pronounce.
Meunier. I believe,
Okay,
yes.
that's what I was going to go with. And 25% or 25%, 20% Chardonnay.
And 80%. Oh, wait, no.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, that's
Yeah,
185%.
someone do the math there. Someone triple check the math. Now, you said Pinot Noir, pretty common grape to be in Champagne in
Pinot
general.
Noirs and Chardonnay are used a lot. If you like, sometimes you might see on a bottle where it'll say Blanc de Blanc, and then it's only like Chardonnay grapes and white grapes, I believe, as opposed to like you'll see Blanc de Noir, which then has some of the Pinot Noir in it. There's different. I don't even pretend to understand or know all of them, but there are different designations based on the type of grapes. And then, like you said, this is actually from the Champagne region of France. So it is actually a Champagne. And, that's some cork action. And what the cool thing about this is at Trader Joe's, we sell this in the 375 milliliter size.
That is nice.
Split, so it's nice and, perfect, especially for us, for the two of us.
Is that the technical term, split?
Yes.
I've never heard of that before. That's
Called
cool.
a split.
So
A
375.
split of champagne.
Okay.
Yes.
Hey, I didn't hurt anybody.
Whoa!
What is the Brut specifically referencing? I'm gonna
Dry.
Okay.
Dry. There's sect and demi-sect and brut and extra brut. There's all kinds of different things. And I, once again, not even going to pretend to be an expert in them. I did know more about them at one time, but that time was a long time ago. And I've forgotten some of those things now. So now all I know is that we have a champagne for you.
Okay. Well, at least you know that part.
I do know that
suppose.
part.
Yeah. Did you say actually is there one that is specific? Like if you see that, you're like, oh, that means the sweet one.
Usually like if you see Asti, I think,
Okay.
or Asti Spumante, those are on the sweeter side.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, for me, I have always been, if I'm going to have some sort of early morning cocktail, it's going to be a Bloody Mary. That just is my go-to for sure.
Yeah.
It's never been, like I said, usually it's a headache involved with it for me too.
Yeah.
Like I said, could be, I don't know.
And certain ones, especially from a price standpoint, I'm going to want to drink them straight. I can find something at a lesser price point that I'm to pour juice in or do other kind of mix other, and you can make other cocktails too. There's the French 75, which is gin. Oh, and champagne.
Ooh.
Oh, wait a minute. Forgot about that.
I have some Magellan in the other room if we want to do that. We can make some sort of, wonder what that color change would be. The blue and then some yellow.
Yeah.
Yellow and blue make green. I don't know about that.
Oh yeah. Maybe we don't want that.
Maybe not that one. in
Matches the
particular.
color of the bottle there.
There you go. It does. Do you want to talk price now on this one, or do you want to talk?
It's up to you.
So what is it? So what is this split run?
$11.
Okay.
Yeah.
But this is actually champagne. It's not sparkling wine. This is from that region in France. And I've actually seen some pretty good. I did when I was gathering the research of the stuff that you'd sent me. Seems like this one's pretty well regarded. So,
Yeah.
Are you ready?
I am.
So we're going for the sniff.
Of course.
Yeah, I don't know if that tone needs to be thrown about. But I am honestly, I've never been like a huge champagne fan, but it's something I want to like because it seems like people always get excited. And when I see people do reviews, not of this one, but actually I saw a little bit of chatter around the one that we'll have second, which is only a sparkling wine, even though it's made. It's like it's in the Bordeaux region of France, so it's like literally like I could look across the street and it's like, I'm sorry, you just didn't happen to be in the Champagne region. But this part, the things he was saying about it, I was like, my God, that sounds delicious. Why can't I get those things? Just doesn't ever seem like it comes there. Yeah, 120% delicious, exactly. What is the not dry one? That's what we're trying to find out.
Yeah.
Nothing like tomato juice to get your day started. Oh my God, that Bloody Mary mix that we have, the Sunday's Bloodies that we've talked about, I've ordered from them multiple times. My God, it is so good. And just add whatever vodka of your choosing, or add tequila if you want a Bloody Maria, which is an actual drink. I'm not being gross. When you're done with the requisite podcast part, then how do you feel about Prosecco? I like Prosecco.
I like Prosecco as well.
Usually because that's much more fruitier and that kind of, like I said.
Well, it can be. There's one that I have
that
I like that we sell it's much drier. It's on the yeasty side. The bubbles are even, to me, a little more. There's a little more effervescence in it. And I really like that one. But this, but
Magellan and
absolutely.
champagne, you say? I mean, it could be a thing. I do. Yeah, some of the Proseccos that I've had, I've liked. I also like a good Lambrusco, which doesn't really tie into this conversation. But I just like to throw it out there once in a while. When I think of things that are bubbly, that's one of the other things I think of.
I like a good French fry.
Dry gives me headaches too. Yeah, like I said, it's usually like I will always have like, because usually, around New Year's Eve or something like that, or sometimes when you do your birthday brunch, there usually is some champagne. I'll usually have like a sip or two, but then kind of done, usually like a sweet Prosecco. Yes, I would definitely be more on that side as well.
Sweet Prosecco.
sweet, yeah. Mr. Simpson, stop. Dramatization may not have actually happened. So think of bubbly. Certainly don't think of me. I would not think of you as being bubbly. I like sweet Prosecco. Oh, it sounds like sweet Prosecco in the house. Trader Joe's carry a sweet Prosecco.
Yeah, we do have some that are sweeter than the others. Yes.
There you go.
Maybe
Sweet Riesling too.
Sweet.
Usually, I don't know if you have to say it like sweet Riesling. Like Riesling just is kind of general sweet.
There are dry
There
Rieslings.
dry Rieslings? Stand corrected.
But they still are sweet.
Okay.
To me, a dry Riesling has
I like that tart Gewürztraminer.
The Riesling has the sweetness, but then a dry one doesn't keep going on with that cloying, like kind of, sticky sort of sweetness.
Okay.
It finishes clean. That's what I've always thought about a dry Riesling. So
Costco does. Is it the pink label one you're talking about, HJ? Oh, purple label. Yes, I've seen that actually in a couple that I think I sent you some of the stuff too. That there's a couple people I follow now on TikTok that are sommeliers, and then they do like good finds at different stores and things. And that was one of the ones that I think they've pointed out like twice. I like both Rieslings. I like to have them both at the same time. Drinking both Rieslings. The label to me like initial, but maybe it's a slightly different one. But yeah, that's one that they always talk about as like a great value for that price. Ready?
I am ready.
Okay. That actually smells really nice. Apple, pear.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Little like biscuit almost, like maybe yeast.
Yeah,
That's something
a lot
in
of
there
times
too.
they will have that aroma in there.
That's actually really nice.
Yeah.
My mouth's watering a little bit.
It's a good sign.
Yeah, that is a good sign. Let's hope this all follows through in the taste. Let's hope.
Make a good. There we go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Happy New Year. Merry New Year.
Yes.
That didn't come out well. No, I'm just kidding. Ernest and Giulio Rapeneau. That was all I kept thinking of too. Ernest and Giulio Gallo, but Ernest and Giulio Rapeneau.
Ernest and Giulio Rapeneau. Rapeneau.
That'll be the first comment we'll get. Is someone will be like, I believe it's actually pretty.
Yeah.
Actually.
Rapeneau.
Actually.
We
it's
just say
pronounced-
Ernest.
I heard because there was someone the other day. Oh, I was watching a video and this person who doesn't like Scotch. Costco is overrated. Oh my God. Guardian down. I'm sad you're just not near a Costco. That's why you're saying that. Dopest merch Costco. And it was someone that likes bourbons. They normally don't like scotches, but he went over to this person's house and he was filming it. A guy just has like hundreds of scotch. Like, and they were, he was like, okay, which ones do you think you might like? I'm a BJ's type of guy. Bet you are. I bet you are. What's a Costco, Planty? All right. It's the one next to the Lego place that you go to. Settle down. Right near the Trader Joe's too, I think. I think they're all there. Shut it, Planty. But they were talking and they had the Balvenie or whatever, and they pronounced it a third way. I was like, come on, can we start getting these things pronounced the same way multiple times? I'm trying to think. They threw in another letter in there. I was like, what the hell? Like, what is this? It was just so ridiculous.
Balvi.
It was like Bulvini or something. I was just like, the hell did you say?
No.
Keep my
that
Scotch's name out of your mouth.
I thought we actually saw them we watched a video.
We did specifically.
Actual site said Balvenie.
Right? I think it's Balvenie.
Yeah.
When I saw someone else say Balvenie, like, since that's why I usually say both of those. I've heard them the most.
The B word.
The B word. I'll have the B Scotch. Below me. think I'm ready.
Okay.
You ready? You feeling it?
I am. Going back in for more.
I wanted to smell again. That's pretty good. I like it. Like I said, it's still it loses a lot of the luster and like what I get in the aroma, I get that in the taste, but it's a lot lighter, so it doesn't.
Yeah,
it's just kind of very light, and like I said, still that effervescence and the like. Again, it's like a kind of like that vinegar kind of comes through or something with that, and it's just so light that I get more of that. And then to me, I think it just makes me think of still like, oh, am I going to get a headache if I drink too much? I don't know why. But I think it's almost like when people have like, you know, they're like, they have a bad time with tequila or something like that. Like, so I have like memories of like, I drank a little much or whatever, or something like that. But no, this is probably one of the better ones that I can definitely recall and would a good one to keep around. But because I like that the apple still comes through. It's just, everything is just so much lighter.
Yeah.
Than what is, like I said, what was in the aroma. I like the aroma to me is like an 8.5. Like, it's like, oh, that smells really good. The taste to me is like a 6. It's like, oh, this is good. Like I said, and it's, you know, probably might be the best it's going to get, to be honest. We'll find out, though. We've got another one later.
Yeah, I am looking forward to, within close proximity, trying the two, and having a more like detailed comparison. I think I say this all the time, that I will have a sparkling wine or champagne at New Year's, and I'll have a couple glasses, and actually it'll still be very bubbly the next day, and I'll finish it and I'll think I should drink those more throughout the year, and then I don't. But I do like them there's something about them that causes me to drink them a little slower. It's probably the bubble, but I do like that, you know, the bubbliness also can kind of cleanse the palate a little bit. Yeah. But there's a dryness, a little bit of a tightness toward on the back. But I agree. The aroma has more than the taste does. But it's still it's something I enjoy. But and obviously I don't enjoy it enough to
apparently
do it
not
more frequently throughout the year. Because I will swear for the last 10 years I've said the same thing. I should drink these more often.
Probably every time we have a sparkling wine.
Probably
or champagne,
that's true.
Which we've had a decent amount of these over the years. Yeah. This is definitely of the ones that have been of, like I said, a little more quality or whatever else. I think this is probably my favorite. It's just I always wonder if I just need a little bit more in the flavor, and so maybe something that tends to be, you know, maybe is a little on the sweeter side, or maybe that just comes champagne adjacent. Yeah, maybe that's where the perfect thing will be for me. Like, so we will have to find out, but that'll be on another podcast in the future. But if you want to see everything we have ever done, in fact, maybe go back in the archives and make notes of all the times that Keith has said that very thing during either one of our videos that you can find on YouTube, or all of our podcasts and everything else that you can find, which is up on our website, AboutBeverages.com. Go through there and let us know how many times that has been said over the years. That'd be a good little piece of homework for everybody. If you only want audio, you can also find that on a Google Podcast, iTunes, and Spotify. If there is a favorite podcasting app you enjoy using, search for About Beverages and you will probably find us there. As well as, since you're searching for that, Google won't just stop at like audio and video things. They do other stuff too. They'll kind of feed you some other things that you should
social media
follow.
Things?
Social media things. The table.
The 4 pillars now.
Mm-hmm. It's become a full table. It's not just
because
a little
we've added threads.
That's correct.
Along with TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, which is still the one that we use most often to keep you up to date on what's going on here at About Beverages. Like earlier this evening, when I tweeted that we were about to go live on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages, which we do most Thursday evenings around 4:30 our time, which is Mountain,
which is not Pacific or Eastern.
Now is 3:30, which is So it just depends. 4:30 for us, 6:30 Eastern. That will probably change again in a few months, but. So when we get together, we hang out and we try some beverages, have some fun conversation. And also throughout the week, Andrew will keep you up to date on what he's doing in the gaming world, what he will be enjoying while he is doing that. So for all the latest at About Beverages, follow us on Twitter.
But as we always say, whether we like it or not,
you should give it a New Year's shot.
And that is a podcast. I definitely like that one better, I think, than the... I swear that Veuve Clicquot, whatever it is. Veuve Clicquot. I swear that one is definitely on the even more drier side.
I think I like them when they go.
Yeah.
But because that's why I like, there are, we have several Proseccos, but there are two that come from the same winery, and I'll always say that this one is sweeter than the other one, but the one I prefer is the drier ones. What is going on? There's lots of things.
Bean, how's it going? Good to see you. Below me, that's regarding now likes a shop. That could be very well. Could be very, very true. Effervescence, I need to use that more often. It's a good word. I like it when it's used appropriately. Should all acquaintances be forgot? I say hell no, because I would forget about you guys. Oh, it's old. Oh my God. I see how it is. I still say no. Appreciate it. Another podcast is going to be more. Oh boy, there is. We're actually going to watch a podcast right now, which is going to be kind of fun. What would Ikora be drinking? Shax, Osiris. Osiris is probably definitely a wine or champagne drinker. Shax is probably drinking some lower rent beer. And I don't know what Ikora would be drinking. I have to think about that. Hi, guys. What you drinking tonight? Great question. Very easy to find out right there. We started out with a dry hopped non-alcoholic IPA. Link right there. We just finished up a champagne. Actually, the champagne we did is actually the third one because we switched up a little bit. The Ernest Rapeneau Brut champagne. So we actually just had that. And now we were actually going to watch a podcast that we recorded off air the other day. I know Saint would be vodka. Probably. Actually, I think Saint 14 is technically Greek. So then that would be what is it?
Ouzo?
Ouzo. It'd probably be ouzo.
You want to continue with this, or do you want to open the...
No, we can finish this up. Might as well. We'll
right.
just go try the other one then. All right. We have got a podcast that we're going to talk about because we recorded this last week. So we do a secret one every week. Zavala would be a Blue Moon. Probably. I get why you said Blue Moon. That's not bad. You guys have a typical drink to celebrate New Year's Eve. It usually winds up being champagne here and there, but for us, it's usually more about getting together, having some good food over at our other brother's house, hanging out, possibly having, just a little collection of everything from beer to bourbon to whatever else we might find. Also, this one will definitely be hanging out. So this is the secret beverage we did the other week. It is right here. So this is the Lagavulin 16, but it was their distiller's edition. So it was aged in Pedro Jimenez American and European oak casks, I believe.
And charred extra with something, yada, yada.
Yeah. So a lot of things going on in this one. So this is the podcast we recorded off air because we wind up giving this. We get to try it, and then we take it over to my brother's house. So he gets to then be the keeper of it. So we don't want it spoiled. So we record this one off air. So that's the podcast. It might be up right now as we speak. I'm not sure, but if not, we're all going to watch it right here. We're going to watch it right here. Kate 6 is a light drinker. He would only be given a 6-shooter shot. Too soon? Oh my God. Guardian down. Too soon. It's the plume for the helmet. Pretty sure Saint 14 is great. Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, he sounds kind of Russian, but I remember them saying that like in the actual lore or whatever. Yeah, I think he actually is Greek, so he'd probably go with the ouzo right there. But yeah, thank you guys all for hanging out. That was a good question, Beanen. That was a very good question. I don't know. Do you think of a particular beverage on New Year's Eve that we have to have besides champagne?
No, nothing specific. I
usually
just think of herring.
I was going to say, usually it's the pickled herring, which is a, I don't know, is that Nordic or German? Is it specifically German?
I don't think it's specifically German.
Okay.
But I don't know.
It's pickled herring.
Baker can probably help us out with that.
Pickled herring.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of like whatever strikes us, something special, whether it be usually there's got to be a beer in there somewhere,
right?
Something fun. But it could be a bottle of wine, could be a shot or two of something. Could be a martini, because no matter what the occasion, Andrew's martinis are always welcome and delicious addition.
You're too kind. They were delicious though. That was good.
Yes.
Variety, love it. Yeah, exactly. It's for us. It's more about variety and just like snacks and just good food and just everything. I think he's a little bit. That does seem like what Crow would do. I was about to say Crow would think he's cool for drinking something, but then he'd actually be drinking the lamest thing ever, which probably would be
side chick. Is that a drink?
I usually have a side chick on New Year's. Whoa, my God. Is that maybe, do you mean a side car? Oh my God. Crow is a hipster. Crow would be a hipster. That's probably one of the better ones I've definitely had. It's the initial like third. I'm like, ooh, that's the fruit that I'm looking, and then all of a sudden, all that is gone, and it's just like a little bit of alcohol and everything else. I met a side chick, which is not a beverage. Oh
no, okay. No, that was the special mixed drink. Right, the side chick.
The side chick.
Bartender. I'll have a side chick.
Bartender. I'll have, yeah. All right. right, so let's open up Chrome. We're going to do some Inception things right now. This is one of the goofier things that we have done over the years, where we watch ourselves as you watch us, and then we comment on. It used to be more that we had to comment on. No Adam's apple in that drink. Also not true at all. Need a chick to have a side. That's true. You'd actually have to have one to start with before you could actually then have you're gonna have a lady around. Then if you're gonna have a side piece. Is that what they call it? I don't know. I don't like when this conversation is go. No, you can go in front of it. See?
Oh, I know, but I didn't know if I should.
You don't have to put your head right into it. No. It's the side chicken egg white drink. That's actually not bad. Oh man.
Okay.
No, actually, we came up in chat the other day. I've been wanting to have some amaretto sours again. Either amaretto
that was
or the amaretto
really good.
sour.
Actually,
yeah, I've actually been thinking of that, but I'm like, I need to go buy all that fruit again and make the sour mix, which was worth it. Which is 100% worth it. It truly probably makes that drink. Blame Planny for that. I should blame Planny for that one. But yeah, all right, we're gonna hit the button. We'll probably pause it every once in a while as we talk about like, wow, I can't believe I said something so stupid. And Keith's like, my God, why do I hang out with this guy, this uncultured swine?
No, I probably said
amaretto,
something.
you say? You don't have to lead it. Do you want me to make it smaller?
No, I don't know if I should. Well, we'll see once it starts.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yeah, I don't want to distract from the viewing pleasure.
Here, I'll move it over this way so then you feel better then. I'll put it more behind me because people don't want to see two of me anyway. Like,
I don't want to see two of either one of us.
Make sure alerts are still off. I put them back on because we're not like actually doing the podcast thing now.
Yeah.
So you can alert away if you choose to. Planny perked up the amaretto. That's what he came out of the woodworks for it.
Thanks to our friend in Las Vegas for the music.
That's right.
That we still use.
You know, I'm in pretty good shape.
I would say that.
Oh, perfect timing. Let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Good timing. What would you say?
I would say that is an indicator.
The other indicator is you being in a long sleeve at least a certain time of year. That's probably intimating a little bit, right?
A little bit, yes.
Doesn't feel as much quite this year, does it?
It
was 70 last week when we recorded. 75? Yeah.
At the time we were recording this.
Yeah, at the time of the recording, it's not we
great.
Still at 75 degrees here in Southern
there we go.
Arizona. But we're trying to make it feel a little bit like winter. We're trying to refine it up a little bit. Exactly. Because it is once again, is this our 6th annual now?
The 6th annual. Yes. It's
Hard
to believe.
Exactly. Our 6th annual thank you podcast. Just wanting to thank everyone for watching, for hanging out. If you subscribe on any of our channels, whether it's Twitch or if you're on Spotify or YouTube or iTunes, or wherever you may find our shows or our content, or if it's me being silly playing video games throughout the day. I do that too. Greatly appreciate all of your support. So we kind of do something a little bit extra.
Yeah, the viewer appreciation show or whatever. It's had many names.
Yes,
but like you said, it is a thank you.
Many names
to all of you. You drop in, you throw all these subs our way. All these crazy things happen throughout the year, and I guess we are the ones that benefit from that. And then we will also hopefully benefit.
I wonder if we could have copyright infringement watching our own show.
But suing us. We appreciate.
I'm putting a copyright strike on our own content.
So we're going to raise a glass to you tonight.
We are. So we've brought back, we've kind of gone back to the beginning in a way with our choice for this year that we made on our own.
Yes.
Like I said, we had to
I
do
feel
that
like I should
again.
put a strawberry
or
raspberry
That's kind
in
of
here.
our new thing.
Can do that.
Thankfully,
Bellini.
a little bit of the budget, we took it away from actually the purchasing of the spirit we're about to have.
Oh, I forgot about
this.
this.
Get a friend to come back.
I did too.
Introduce it as well. I forgot about this. A polo. I'm telling you, look at that, an actual polo.
Sneaky behind the scenes.
It was very
Good
much.
times.
It was very much the last minute when it came to this. But introducing the spirit right here. Well, you'll actually have to tell him about it because we actually didn't have enough money for him to speak.
Okay.
He does actually have 2 parts to his rider. He's like, if you pay a certain amount,
That's
you can get his
you
likeness.
golfing?
No,
No,
this
this
is how you can tell that it's like a fancy occasion. Look at that. I have an actual polo shirt on.
That'll
That'll be the 10th anniversary. Who knows? But once again, Mr. Phil Collins is here with a delightful spirit. He asked for a little bit of the Sybil Shepherd brightness filter going on as well.
The veil of the shroud of
exactly. As he's gotten older, he wants to hide a little bit more of the aging process. But what is he staring so long?
I should actually find the photo where now
these because they redid these albums and it was him with an older picture. I should find those.
Director's or distiller's cut. I always want to say director. In fact, I did.
It's kind of like that though. It is because the distiller is kind of like the director, of the whiskey
he's
of the whiskey house,
directing the process. Yeah.
Yeah.
The distiller's cut, and it is it's double rested or double aged or matured, double matured in Pedro Jimenez seasoned American oak casks.
There's a lot there. Nice, Guardian down. Yep, there you go. At the base of this spirit.
Forgot about that
actually,
one.
you know what? I'm getting a message right now. Oh, apparently we've actually almost gone over time with how much fill we have to offer. So sadly, we'll have to take him down. Bye, Phil, see you again maybe in a year or so.
Thanks for popping in.
When we can afford you again. But until then, we can at least bring up a little photo right here. So this is what we're having. At the base of this spirit, it is the Lagavulin 16 year, which we love. It's a very big peaty Scotch, but I love it quite a bit. Obviously made famous by Nick Offerman and slash Ron
Double
Swanson,
matured.
That's
2 times. Some folks.
This one, like you said, takes it to another level. It's adding an extra maturation of the Pedro Jimenez casks. So hopefully that adds some extra.
I wonder if he'll
depth
ever
to
run
the
out of
price,
casks.
which we'll talk about at the end.
They don't have any more.
Sure, we can
Okay,
share
Run
that.
out of them.
We'll talk about that at the end. So let's get pouring and let's get drinking too. So this is a first opening. Have not. So you like the peat? I like all ranges of Scotch. I like anything from very peaty, like your Isla's, like I said, like the Lagavulin, or the Lafroig, like any of those. Like I said, up to the quarter cask of that. The Highland Park is some of my favorites. So I like those ones that are on the peatier side, but I also like the other ones that are completely unpeated too. Like I said, I like Scotch in all different ranges. So I lean toward more the smoky peaty ones just because that's much more different than bourbon, which is what I like, the most. Obviously RX bourbon or, like I said, American whiskey, but yeah, no, that's in general. I don't know. How do you feel about?
I'm more, I don't like when they go to the extreme, like as much as like the liquid bacon style.
Too high or too low?
Yeah, but I do like more, I'm probably more the like honey style into like the Lagavulin peat is good to me. Lagavulin peat.
Remember the Scapa?
I do.
The Scapa, the 16. We talked about that so many times. That was like literally the perfect bridge between bourbon and Scotch. God damn it.
Yes.
No, they don't make that one anymore. Uncorked this at all. If anyone has any of that, the original anymore, they've got it. I'll give you my address to send a tasting to. Like some of the other high proof bourbons, things that we've had on our podcast. If you go find those,
this is 86 proof, I think, right?
86 proof, like I said. So most Scotches usually don't get up too high, and they're like there's a Highland Park cask strength. I'm sure there's some other random cask strengths, but most of them always seem like they're in that 80 to 90 proof range.
And it did come with a box.
Ooh, that was a good pop sound. It did, yeah. We do have the box. Like I said, we already had taken it out of there. That was part of Phil's also his request was that it had to already be out of the box. But yeah,
breathing out of the box.
Yeah.
We
was the man in the
started
box.
out. We decided to start at Rum Runner.
Yeah.
Which is a local spirit shop, beer shop, bottle shop. They've been around for years, and we kind of narrowed it down to this one, and also the Peerless, the
double oaked.
And but I think from the beginning, we're always kind of leaning more toward this one. And you didn't have to twist my arm too hard.
No. We looked actually at the Nick Offerman one, which is an 11 year, which is kind of interesting. The only reason I wasn't turned off by it, I would love to try it and have it. I've actually bought that as a gift, but I've never had it before. Was that it was like even more smoke, like it said something about more fire or double or more extra smoke. Oaky. And I was like, okay, that could be interesting, but this just seemed like we were hoping for maybe the added depth of flavor, which is some of the things that we've liked. If you go back and look at our
hoping for foreshadowing,
where we've had the 21 year Balvenie, and we've had the Duncan Taylor, which was actually like a Highland Park derivative, I think, right? Correct.
Yeah, the dimensions. That was the first year we did this.
And that was just all about like, where you start spending more of your money, which again, we'll talk about, like I said, hopefully this is like, oh, you're getting more in the finish. You're getting more depth and complexity and flavor. Kind of lost that last year. We also had lowered the budget a little bit, but still that one. So we're hoping to kind of kick it back and bounce back. We're hoping we can bounce back. So we get back Guardian down. So this is promoting your own channel, which is an ad. I do not pay for ads. I'm taking my business elsewhere. Damn.
Wow. Okay. All right. Yes, we are promoting our own channel.
Oh, that's hilarious. If you guys are not subscribed on YouTube, you're more than welcome to go there. I hear good things. I hear good things. Shameless plug right there. YouTube is where you can find all of our stuff. Or if you're missing out and just want to watch this later, you can watch it later. It'll be up there very shortly. Into the Scotch realm, which is
that's amazing, Guardian
for sure. Man, that is dark compared to some of the Scotches and things we've had of lately. That is definitely like a dark honey color.
Well, especially the bottle is like a green. So it makes it even look a little darker, and then when you pour it in the glass, it still is dark. Obviously, not as dark as the bottle makes it look, but yeah, that looks good.
The aroma?
I think that's the next part. Yeah, we don't want to skip that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We taste it and then we smell it. Yeah. Try that sometime, I guess. But not on the 6th annual viewer
That'd
appreciation.
be kind of hard. You have to go like this.
Yeah.
It's an excellent start for me.
That is a good start.
That is a strong start.
The obvious things, the smoke,
Yeah.
the peat that's there.
Sea spray.
Sea
The
spray,
peat.
definitely. But I'm getting some fruit. I'm getting like maybe some pear, like poached pears or some sort of
Ooh.
pear dessert going on there. Almost a little
So you've got the
caramel?
caramelization going on. Okay.
Because of that. So, but that's
That's Handsome Pete. He dances for little.
that's Scottish.
Pete, you got some customers.
Be good if you could edit Handsome Pete holding a bottle.
Oh, wow.
Pete, you got some customer. That's what I got.
I'm getting, I would not have said the pear, but that's very interesting though. Definitely the caramel I was kind of picking up on. I'm getting more of like a dry, like a fig or like a black currant, like some sort of like darker fruit kind of thing in there with that too.
Yeah.
Definitely some added depth that is not normally there with the regular Lagavulin for sure. That's actually. We need to watch Nick Offerman again on New Year's. Does anyone else watch?
Optimistic.
I think is there a Christmas one and a New Year's one? I think there's maybe for both, but it's him. Like there's a couple of them. There's one that's I think a Christmas one. And it's literally him sitting in front of a fireplace. It's on YouTube, and I think it's like 4 hours long. Isn't it really long? It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's him sitting there drinking. I'm sure there is some repeat. Handsome Pete, am I right? Exactly, RX. I'm sure
Pete.
there is like some. Like, repeat at some point, but we watched it for quite a while. We were like, he's in a different position. Like they've done a really good job with making it. But then there's also one that's more New Year's and it's like him outside the Lagavulin distillery.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
lit up and
Yeah,
then
that's true.
Like the lights itself. Like search for those on YouTube too after you've subscribed to our channel. Like, so there's some good stuff with that.
Okay.
So let's hope that
trending in the right
it's
direction.
trending in the right direction. Let's hope that it's not like, we
Careful.
don't have a date. Let's not hope for those things. Let's hope for goodness.
Goodness.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
We're doing a lot of glass clinking our last couple shows.
Yeah. We're ringing in the
when
new
I
year. Think that it's basically just the smoke and the sea spray. I'm like, then it finishes.
Yeah.
And there's not as quite as much as I would like, but I do start to get those other lighter
It's the
notes of
Lagavulin we deserve.
the pear, the dark fruit, maybe even like you said, the fig, that caramel. Then they come in at the end. Then the smoke comes back.
Yeah.
But that's not. That's what you get from Isla Scotches. That's especially the Lagavulin 16 year. That's what this is.
Right. Yeah.
So it's just you're just adding that little bit of extra nuance, and maybe once this has been opened a touch more, some more
Definitely
will reveal. But your thoughts?
No, I think I'm in the same ballpark. I was kind of the same thing. I took that initial sip. It was like, okay, it's still a lot of smoke that I'm used to. It's the saltiness, that sea spray that we talk about, that you get, of the ocean almost in this particular expression. So you get those things, and I was like, okay, I guess maybe a little bit got lost. And then I kind of felt the exact same way. It's the finish where more are super expensive these days, so I'm enjoying more Lagavulin expressions. It depends on where you get some of them. Like Lagavulin 2, like was a weird, and I think maybe we even talk about it here in a second. So I'm probably reiterating content, but it's fine. Like when we were out shopping and we were looking at just the Lagavulin 16 year, which I like. If you get it at Costco, Total Wine, and maybe like one other place, like it was that 79, like 80, but let's call it $80. A couple other places we looked at. One in particular where we initially were looking at this one, it was like 105. It was like not a little bit more. It was like $20 or $30 more. It was kind of ridiculous. So definitely always look, unless it's something you can't literally find anywhere else, definitely always look at your prices, because it's kind of weird where some of those jumps happen. And like not just with Scotch, but like even with bourbons lately around town, there's like, oh, it's a really good deal there. Wait, this is a really good deal at this place. Why is this one so crazy expensive? And you can get it for.
You got to make sure it's the same thing too.
That too. Yep, for sure. More of that winds up being revealed.
Yeah.
That like kind of that cherry kind of fruit.
Corey Verrecken is that. I'm not familiar with that one.
Definitely, I keep getting more. I mentioned it.
$150.
The aroma, the caramel keeps coming through more of that. Whatever, like you were talking about with the pears or something like that. They were, you were doing some sort of flambe or something like that. That caramelization keeps coming through more. So the nose keeps getting better and better. And I think the taste will get even more accentuated. So it is the finish where you get those extra notes. I wish they were a little bit earlier. on the
Yes.
if I'm being
Yes.
honest. Like I
Oh,
said,
our
versus
bag,
drinking
okay.
a little bit
Yeah.
sooner,
Okay.
And
but
stayed
they're
a little
definitely
bit
there.
longer.
And I actually kind of like that when you do get those again, that then there's just a little bit like, oh, but don't forget about the smoke.
Yeah, but don't forget.
Because the second
and don't
wave
forget,
of
here's
that
a
is
little saltiness.
yeah, just there's a little
Yeah.
light hint of that, which is
Yep.
nice. So that, yeah, like I said, the middle to the finish is where this really shines. The beginning is very much classic Lagavulin 16, I think.
Yeah.
But it's very good. Definitely, like I said, I think one that
Next year's goal is the Cheech and Chong vodka. You did put that in Discord. That's what Cheech
open
and
a
Chong
little
now
bit.
have
Even
like
in
some
your
sort
glass,
of
like I
like
said, obviously even
weed
just
vodka
your
or
eyes
something
notice
like
the
that.
change. So maybe as we sit with
There
this
you
one a
go.
little longer off camera, like I said, even some more of those flavor components will kind of
We'll be
blend or come out a little bit more. But
we're
that is-
bringing this over on Christmas Eve,
we will be bringing this over.
so we'll have a chance to revisit.
Yeah.
Oh,
that is
did
always
we?
kinda nice
I
as
did
well.
not.
So,
I
and
did
it'll
on
be
Christmas
interesting, like I
Day.
said,
I didn't have
when
it
this
Christmas
bottle
Eve.
Makes its way over to our brother's house.
That's right.
So he loves that we do these podcasts as well. Probably even more than we do. Just slightly more, because then this gets to hang out there.
As long as he doesn't make a mixed drink with it, we're okay.
Oh God!
God.
If I saw anyone in that house reaching for the mixed drink, they would get a taste in the back of my hand. No, I'm just kidding. They would get a stern word though. Yeah. So especially because of the price. So no,
I've got to throw this out here for a second. I don't want to call anyone specifically out in our family, but I saw a few too many people opening up a beer and drinking straight from the bottle. That depressed me.
It depends on the.
A pumpkin porter was had by someone, and it did not get poured. They just started drinking it.
Oh, okay.
And I was like,
all right.
I mean, I got nice compliments on it. HJ needs to know about those nice compliments, but my God, I was like, Secret, how's it going? 2 Keats. Is it my birthday? Not yet, but nice gesture. Drink, man. Guilty. Pour in the
Some.
glass. What?
I
What are you going
was-
to say?
I was doing
Defend
the
it.
Sierra Nevada
Point,
my
counterpoint. Go
celebration.
ahead.
My Sierra Nevada celebration. I was drinking out of the bottle.
I mean, that was the one from 2 years ago, though.
No, that was a can. No, that I needed to pour in a glass. That needed all the help it could get.
It's still in the cabinet. I know. It was
Especially with
enjoyed.
the
It was
pumpkin
enjoyed.
porter.
I got wonderful compliments. I've been enjoying them like right now as well. I know you enjoyed it.
Oh yes,
So like, but
I was
yeah,
enjoying last year's.
but yeah, I was like, all of a sudden I was like, they're like, oh, is this? Because it was is this something you brought over? I was like, yeah, and they're like, oh, is this the pumpkin? Oh, great. I just opened, and also I just saw them keep walking. I was like, oh, yeah, it hurt me a little bit. You should have slapped that porter out of the hand.
Seasick crocodile.
I'm a heathen taco. I will allow you. I'll allow it. Get your seasick crocodile while it lasts. Prairie ales. Oh, is that one?
Never heard of that one actually.
I don't know if I've had that seasick crocodile. Taco, I will allow it for you, but you're the only one in this chat.
normally Lagavulin 16. If you find it at a proper store, it
Yeah,
seems
here's
like
me
it's
talking
around
about that.
$80. $80
A
for that
proper
one.
store.
Sometimes when we've actually where we were looking at buying this one, for some reason it can be up to $100.
Deja vu.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure why there's that huge of a discrepancy
Yeah.
between local stores, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's say $80 to $95, what you can find the normal at. The distiller's edition, do you think it adds the extra amount that we paid for it? Which is
Oh gosh, what have I done? Okay. Which is 140.
$140
Yeah.
is what this bottle
Total. It didn't add $140.
No,
A
I think
total
this
of
is
$140.
$60 better, basically, is the question.
It's sitting here.
Cannot buy at my local 7-Eleven. Noted.
I
Yes,
don't
that's
feel
correct.
it is. I feel that there's the potential for it to be
Mm-hmm.
some dollars better. Yeah, I don't know about $60 better. I don't think it will ever.
It's my brother for you, ladies and
I don't
gentlemen.
think it's ever going to get to that point. I am very happy with this selection.
Yeah, very much so.
Where's it going to rank in the top? Like if we rank, and we could, that might be fun to do sometime. Is look at this, go back and think of those 6 in hindsight. What our top, put them, prioritize them.
And one of them has gone up a lot. While we were out shopping around,
Oh, price wise,
This is crazy.
1 year, like I said, I mentioned earlier, the Balvenie,
Yeah.
like I said. When we got it, I know it was around maybe $200.
I'm sure we mentioned.
Go
it
back
there.
in the podcast, find out what it was. I know it was not 377, which was what we've
Yeah.
seen it for now, because we have never paid that much
Yeah,
for
we haven't
anything
paid that
here
much.
ever.
Yeah,
Potentially, you would spend some dollars.
some dollars,
Some dollars, Keith, 2023.
some dollars.
It's
true,
That
though.
what he
It's
said.
true.
I would potentially spend some more dollars.
Some more.
It'll be interesting. So we will let's make a pact that if we all get together on Sunday,
when we get together and you have some, we'll
Okay.
put out a tweet with what your
What I would spend?
with what your extra dollar amount
Okay.
is. Like
We have
assuming
to assume a baseline.
you will assume you a baseline if you were spending $80 for Lagavulin.
Okay, very good.
16, and then you'll say, okay, over that and above,
Okay.
to get this flavor profile, whatever you
What would
feel
I
on that
spend?
day, what would you spend?
Okay.
You'll put yours in, I'll put mine in, we'll put
Okay.
it in a tweet.
All right.
We'll make that pact. Okay.
Sounds good.
All right.
This is 140.
This was 140.
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
Like I said, it was 139.99.
Okay.
Yeah, I
39.99.
think this has the potential to be pretty good. Do I like it better than the regular Lagavulin 16? Yes, because there's some added depth there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I like it almost twice as much? Probably not.
No.
Like, you know, again,
Probably
if
not.
more of that fruit and stuff had come through,
Yeah.
I would definitely say this is worth it. If you were a Scotch, like I said, enjoyer, you've had the other ones, you don't mind spending a little bit extra. I think this is definitely one to try.
Yeah.
You know, like pumpkin porter out of the bottle, 'tis blasphemy. Yeah, I'll tell you off stream who that was. Pay $280 per bottle of Blue Label. Yet I have never had Johnny Walker Blue Label. Like I know that is like a thing. I have never wanted to spend that money for that. There are just too many other good things. But if you ever have a bottle of that secret and you want to send us, that's our new thing now is sending. If you want to send us a little 2-ounce handshake of it, let me know. I will try it. We will do a review of it. Next week, since I have already kind of foreshadowed that right there, next week, as long as things, 10 bottles. Oh my God, that's way too many of that one. All right, just send me a whole bottle then. It's fine. Next week, as long as it comes in, Jav has been kind enough. He is sending us a couple little, as they call them, handshakes of 2 different whiskeys that I'm very excited about. One of is the Joseph Magnus Cigar Blend, and the other one is the Blanton's. It is, well, all Blantons are single barrel, but it's the Blanton's Barrel Proof, which I have never had in my entire life. Probably will never get to have again. So I'm very excited for us to do those both on a podcast. So that is 100% what is happening next week as long as they arrive. So stay tuned for that and kind of experience it, over a few, usually say a couple weeks once you've opened it, then you kind of hit, maybe it's peak of everything. Like I said, but yeah, no, I think it's definitely.
I don't do handshakes for Blue Label. Never seen that advertised.
All right, here you go. Here's your
You can
bottle.
find cheaper somewhere else. But that seemed like the going.
Could be.
Seemed like one of the cheaper prices we got it at was 140. But
And we couldn't find anywhere specifically on the label or the box letting us know what year this is.
Yeah, I guess they've done similar ones since 2021. The 22 and the 23 have all been this type. We're assuming this is the 2023, but they are all pretty much the same. So if you find any one of them, like I said, they've all been aged. It's the 16-year aged in the Pedro Jimenez casks. So there you go. But yeah, once again, just thank you to everybody that comes into the channel, that hangs out, that chats with us when we're live most Thursday evenings.
it's true.
Which is just super, super amazing.
Yeah.
And like I said, again, always thank you every year to my brother for hanging out with me. And like I said, coming over here and doing this for
Right back at you.
coming up to 15 years now.
Yep.
But it is always
Will
just
next year be
super,
15
super fun
years?
that we get to do this. And you're the one.
Is that gonna be
you're the
our,
reason
like-
that we get to do all this
Well,
and that,
but
like how our dad says in the 15th year, or how does that go?
No, 2015 years.
Okay, so that will be officially. It's in February, right, from when the site started.
Yeah.
I guess. Stay here.
Yeah, right.
No, I meant the people out there.
Oh, they
Who
are.
watch.
They're saying me. I was like, what?
Dear God,
Keith
not
immediately
this guy.
assumed I was talking about him.
No, everyone
No.
out there that they actually want to.
They
if,
are,
If we
yes.
we started
Yes.
doing this and literally there was nobody watching, like at some point, I'd be like, Keith, I don't
That's
think we have that
ridiculous.
anymore.
Yeah, we
Secret,
gotta
that
stop.
price.
In
That's
fact,
ridiculous.
Let's go back to just recording offline and
Exactly.
and putting things up every once in a while. So yeah. No,
100%.
no, thank you because you make all these shows happen a lot. You provide the wonderful climate controlled ambiance that we have here.
Yeah, thankfully we have that
the
now.
lighting, everything. I know we go back and watch some of the old videos, and I know you cringe more than I do. I don't even cringe. I'm just like, oh, that's where we were, but that's the kind
hurts
of
me
thing
inside
that
right here.
You're fine tuning over the years and the audio.
But you know,
and
man,
video
can hurt inside.
Just everything. And all
Frank,
that
they're
you
not
do.
here for
So-
you. Weird Al Yankovic's on the
I
plate.
appreciate you and all that you do there. So
And if
thank
people
you for that.
and if people have made it through all of this, where can they actually find us? Like if they're searching for things, say on social media or wherever.
The social
else.
media, the
Yeah,
three pillars,
The 3 pillars.
Still 3?
Kind of 4 actually now.
Oh, 4?
You
Oh.
threw out the 4th one last time we did
the
a pod.
threads.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Threads
graphic.
Let's see. Wait. Also, Instagram and TikTok.
Yep.
And of course, Twitter or whatever you might call it, but we still call it Twitter.
Whatever
That's
you
the one we
might
use
call
most
it.
often to keep you up to date on what's going on here at About Beverages. So
There you go. All right. Well, thank you guys once again, and we'll see you next week for another podcast.
thank you.
There you go. So that is us watching us watch a podcast,
Yes.
which we do but once a year. Every once in a while, we'll throw
Something comes on that we feel we need to see.
that we'll need to talk about or
immediately.
whatever.
But yeah, we do appreciate everybody who's out there. Thank you all very much. You allowed us this year to try the Lagavulin 16-year Distillers Edition.
Distillers Edition is a select reserve. Technically, however, that is a bit out of bounds. That is crazy. 208 for 120 mil bottle. I just can't even imagine that being. I don't know. The only thing I have ever considered spending like a ridiculous amount of money on was when I had the Boss Hog, which is the Whistle Pig Boss Hog, and it was their. I think it was the Boss Hog 7. It was the Samurai Swordsman. That is probably one of the best whistle pigs I have like literally ever had. Like the depth and complexity and everything that was in there. That was one that a couple times I saw it at Costco when they had their glass case, which now they don't have anymore. But when they had that, it was too expensive. It was out of bounds for me because it was like $380. But that's one of the few things that I ever thought if I had money that I actually would spend that money on that. Usually everything else is kind of like, it's probably overpriced. I call X Mos Eisley because you will never find a bigger hive of scum and villainy. That is top tier. Secret, that is really good. All right. We have watched a podcast. We have had a champagne. What if we, I guess, slum it a little bit and have a sparkling wine?
Let's have a Cremant.
It could be better.
Could be.
Have you had this one before?
I have.
Full disclosure. When?
It's been a little while. Couple years.
Okay. Oh, a couple of years?
Couple years.
It's practically like you didn't have it then. All right.
I forgot all about it.
I didn't even know I brought it over.
Yeah.
Keith, it's
What?
in the fridge.
Are you sure I brought it? Okay.
You did. We'll be right back. Thank you all for hanging out. I appreciate it. Well, I shouldn't say I. We both appreciate it, right?
We both do. Yeah, not
We.
me, not as much. No, I'm just kidding.
Slightly less.
Of course.
Slightly less.
Of course.
No.
Of course.
Of course.
Each and every one of you. Thank you. So we actually
You are bold, sir.
podcasting on this or just trying?
It's up to you. What do you want to do? What do you think? You tell
I'm
me.
in the mood for a more laid back approach, maybe. But if we want to, maybe, I don't know,
We'll see if something
a
comes
little,
out of
little
it.
snippet or something.
Okay. Little snippets of Americana.
Okay. We can kind of treat it, maybe do it so it could be edited. I don't know. It's
Sure.
just-
No, you want
Okay.
a little more? I like the
All
sounds
right,
of that.
Let's do it.
All right. So recently we just had. Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah,
so
no, that's
I went
fine.
to
That
full
sounded
mode. Full mode right there.
Oh, it's good.
No, like recently, 10 minutes ago.
Recently. Well, in this actual world, it was recent. In
Fucking hell.
somebody watching it online, yeah,
Uh-huh.
it could be days, years ago.
Could be, yeah. 20 years ago.
Oh,
It's been 84 years.
yes.
No, is this exclusive to Trader Joe's?
This one is, yes.
Okay, I was looking up and I didn't see people referencing Trader Joe's that much. I was like, oh my God, Keith brought two things that are not exclusive to Trader Joe's.
As far as I know.
I was shocked. Lucky, how's
Lucky.
it going? Good to see you. It's good to see you, Lucky. Did Paco send you a clip of the Inception that happened earlier? So you got
It'll be
to see that.
available next week. You can watch it that way.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. Next
want.
Tuesday, we'll put up both, and you can watch it up there on the olden YouTubes. Lucky, I hope you're doing well, being safe. I heard you were driving still.
Yes.
But yeah, like I said, so having that one, so that one was a Brut from the Champagne region in France. So that
Correct.
is 100% why it can be called that.
Yes.
Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. She did not Paco. Oh my God, Paco. I mean, we'll let it slide because it's your birthday. There we go. So that one met all of the qualifications for why you can call that one champagne.
Right.
This one literally meets every single qualification except for one. Which qualification is
It
that?
is not in the Champagne region,
Where is this actually made?
but Cremant.
Okay.
But it's very, very close. At least that's what I had always been told. This is very, very close. Oh, so close, but not quite. And you had actually sent me a TikTok video about with someone recommending, more cost-effective bubbles to purchase. And Cremant was one of the things she spoke of, but she talked about some that I think almost everything she showed was Costco based. And then she talked about a Prosecco later, but this is one we have sold at the store for years, and actually it's been one of my personal favorites and go-tos, and that I've recommended
okay.
to the customers for eons.
Eons.
Yes.
You're a bad bird, Eon.
You're a bad bird.
Speaking of New Year's Eve things.
Oh yeah,
Let's see. Ties
very
it all
good.
back
Ties
in.
in.
Our last bottle that we had, that one was $11.99 for a 375 mil. Am I correct? on that?
$10.99.
$10.99. Okay,
Yep.
so $11 for 375 mil. This one you're getting the full 750 for same price.
Also $10.99.
Also
Yes.
$10.99. Okay,
Correct.
so is that one a whole half bottle better than this one? It's going to be part of the question.
Yep.
Also, we're going to find out, because it's similar blend of things too. It's Pinot Noir, Chardonnay, but then this one also has
Gamay,
Gamay.
and one other one we've never even seen before.
Aligote.
Yes.
Grapes. So I don't know exactly what the blend is. The last one we had was kind enough that they put it up that it was 45, 20, 35 or whatever it was, something like that. That one had Chardonnay and a couple other things in common. Oh, this one's definitely got a little more pressure to it.
Okay, yes.
I barely started to twist the cork
Crémant
and I
de
could feel it
Bourgogne.
making its move. But yeah, so like literally just slightly different region, like slightly like I've heard hail that if you throw a rock out of your yard in
Champagne.
in Champagne, you hit Crémant.
You can hit Crémant.
You can hit Crémant. That is actually the thing they said.
And actually, if you do follow Trader Joe's on Instagram, or if you want to go to Instagram, there's a video showing the steps of making this with some wonderful classical music.
Yeah.
There's no actual speaking or talking of the steps. It's fairly self-explanatory, but it's pretty cool to
The talking
to
of the
watch
steps.
it. I would have liked to have had some, maybe a little bit of explanation, because that's just how I am.
I
but,
like inside baseball kind of stuff. Like I said, so I would definitely
Here's
have
what
enjoyed
this
that.
is. Here's what that is. But
Bad lucky squirts with water bottle. Definitely a lot of bubbles on this one. I think there's a Christopher Walken bit on SNL when he's like doing like he's I forget what his character was, but he always said, "Come, let's have some champagne." And he was like some sort of like elitist, like whatever. But it was those ones like there was like a Christopher Walken bit where it was like all first person. Do you remember those? Where like they would come in, have some champagne, and then they would like talk, and then like he would say something, and also you see the camera. He's like, "No, don't go, come back." Like it was, it was very avant garde. But yeah, I'm very interested. I liked, like I said, it didn't make it fully into the podcast. I don't know if I'll put it at the bottom on that one. Author's note. As that last one warmed up a little bit, I liked it even more. Like I said, again, it was still not 100% sure about, like I said, this style in general. It's not been my favorite thing.
Yeah.
But the aroma on that one was better. And then, like I said, as it warmed a little bit and wasn't quite as cold, a little bit more of that flavor and that fruit came out that I was enjoying. So
it's kind of what you said about the Lagavulin Distillers Edition.
That's very true. Very true. I think the color on this is even lighter.
It's definitely
I keep
lighter.
expecting, like, since I see Pinot Noir grapes, I keep expecting like a little tinge of red, but that's again incorrect for me to think that.
There are sparkling rosés that are quite delicious as well. This is not one of those. Actually, but this label does do a rosé for us as well.
Okay.
I haven't tried that. Maybe we try that
maybe
for Valentine's Day.
I like it. I like it. That's good. I mean, we're already getting together for dinner that night. I mean,
Are we?
oh, Keith never asked me out for Valentine's Day. What do you do for Valentine's Day? I'm going out to dinner with my brother. You must be having some champagne then. It's real sad. Ooh, much more bready like biscuit coming out in this one. Like much more of that yeast. Not as much of the fruit coming through.
A little bit of yeasty funk. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeast, funk, a little bit of fruit, a little bit of apple, a little bit, but much less than the aroma. I like the aroma on the other one, definitely better right off the bat.
Okay.
Is that other one when you buy it in the 750 ml? Is it literally double the price, or is it like, oh, it's a little cheaper? Is it like one of those things where
I'm
it's like
guessing it'd be
it's
a
like
little
$11 in this one, but it's like 18 in the or 20 or something?
I'm guessing
like
it probably would be a
it's
little
got
cheaper.
to be $1 or $2 cheaper.
Yeah. Yep.
It's actually $4 more. It's actually $25.
We're encouraging you to buy the smaller bottle.
We're encouraging you to buy
doing everything we can.
multiple small bottles.
Yeah.
We'd rather have more glass waste. We'd rather have so many other things going on. I thought it was also interesting too. I looked at both bottles, and I don't know if this is complete coincidence. If anyone happens to see this whole video when it's up on YouTube, if you want to comment down below, if you've made it to this portion of the video, 12% ABV on both of these. So I don't know if that is also a style restriction to champagne. So then this one trying to match it and be as similar as possible is doing that. Complete coincidence, you know.
I'll take a look at when I'm in the wine section at Trader Joe's, I'll
Okay.
take a look at some of the sparklers and see where they range. That's something I've never done.
Is that the only champagne that you have at Trader Joe's? That's the one
We
just
have
had?
we do have the Vive that you have mentioned with,
Oh, okay,
with
sorry.
much
Yeah.
not reverence. No.
Especially for that price.
And
Would you
we
not rather have about like 3 bottles of that?
Yeah. I'm fine. Well, I haven't had the Vive Clicquot in a while, so but I would guess I would. I'd actually rather have a bottle of this.
Oh, okay.
I like this, but
I would even look at that
we
one.
have
Look
that,
at the Vive then.
and we have the Moet and Chandon. We have one of those, and then Trader Joe's normally carries their own champagne in a larger size, but we haven't had that now for a little bit. But
What is that called?
I'll have to take a
Is
look.
it called Trader?
No, it's called like Charles Krug or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Or Charles de Marques. Okay, Marques.
It's not some sort of like French thing, like how they do the Trader Jose.
No, it's not a Trader Jacques.
Trader Jacques.
Yeah, no.
Is that what they do for French things? Is that what it is?
We actually got a
If there's
Carneros,
seafood that comes in, it's Trader Jacques Cousteau.
a Grand Reserve Carneros sparkling wine in that I actually bought a bottle of. I may have that for New Year's. Because there are some other, I think, that come out of the Carneros region that I don't know if Piper Heidsick, who is one of the things she mentioned in the TikTok video, might be from that region, but there are some others, and I thought, I'm going to try this. So,
Did you actually make that noise?
Internally, I said,
All right, so you're liking this one.
I do.
Okay.
What do you think?
This one to me is, the aroma is not as good. And then the flavor is similar. I would say that on the taste, it's very similar. I'm getting, like I said, a little bit more, compared to the last one, this one has more in the taste than in the aroma. The aroma I thought was very much that like kind of yeasty, bready, like biscuit, and very light on the fruit. And then when you actually taste this, I'm getting more. So in a way, I'm almost like, oh, this is better, but it's only better because I don't like the aroma as much. Do you know what I mean?
I get it. Yeah.
I think the taste is actually very similar to the other one. So I don't know if maybe as this sits a little bit, maybe the aroma will kind of let some of that will kind of, leave, like I said, that part of the aroma, and maybe just some of the fruit will remain kind of as we hang out here for a little bit.
To me, this is a little lighter, a little crisper, and has that fruit. There's a little more, I think crisp is what I'm looking for. A little more definition to the flavor. I just like the way it's balanced, but
It seems like the bubbles are a little stronger too, which that's a little bit of a turnoff for me.
I had a feeling that might be, but yes, that's actually what
But again, as
I
it
kinda
sits, like again, as that other one sat, I liked it a little bit more. So the same thing could happen here as that kind of dissipates. Yeah, crisp is a good thing. Lighter than the other one is not a good thing. Like I guess I want a little bit more of that flavor. And maybe, and again, that's the thing. Like maybe this style just does not do that. And like I just need to understand that. Whereas I like, like when we talk about wines and things like that, it's like, okay, I like cabs, I like pinots, I like Zinfandel, like things that bring a little more fruit, a little more punch, to everything. Even if you are in a pinot where it happens to be a little bit lighter, that fruit still kind of comes through. And I think that's kind of what I'm always looking for when it's just kind of the other part. I'm just not as sure. What were you going to say there?
No, I was going to, actually, I don't know what I was going to say.
Ham Dangle, how's it going? Good evening to you.
We had
he said Pinot. Sam, I love Pinot Noir. Please.
We had a bottle of the Grand Reserve Cab that we did for our podcast. Took that over.
If they want to drink Merlot, we're drinking Merlot.
No, if anybody
We're not
wants
having
Merlot,
Merlot. That's why it's good. I would also leave.
Okay, relax, Miles. Jesus, no Merlot.
I still need to get that movie on Blu-ray at some point. So you took that over?
We had that, and I opened it as soon as I got over.
Oh, good.
But then also,
did you pour some out too and let it sit?
No, I hadn't. But I didn't at that time. No, I just opened it and I put the bottle aside so that we wouldn't try it for a little bit. But
did you put caution tape all over it?
I didn't have to do that. And then my brother-in-law brought over a cab that was from Napa, and it was from 2017.
Okay.
And it had more body. It was heavier. It had more tannin. I actually preferred that one to the Chilean, but I liked them both, and it was just cool to see that different expression. And he compared that cab to more of a Malbec. Which I was like, okay. I get that, but no, it's still good. In fact, I think I might buy a bottle and
now the good
sit on it for a little bit.
Yeah, I think that honestly, like that one is definitely one that's going to age very well.
Counseling people is what I
Hey,
do.
Lucky,
Please let me
nice.
help you.
Good to heal.
All right, Fraser. It's just that I can't seem to make
Napa
anything
know-how. I
work.
didn't know they sold wine.
Robin is in prison. I manage this crummy bar.
Oh,
My
that's
career is
funny.
at a standstill. I'm miserable. I'm lonely. And now I have to sell my Mercedes.
I see. Well, I'll give you $5,000 cash and take up your payments.
6,000 firm.
Deal.
Thank you.
Damn, it's good to heal.
Lucky, thank you for the damn. It's good to heal.
Some
Always
healing as we
appreciate
head
that.
into the new year. We
That's
could
true.
all use a little bit of that.
Damn, it's good to heal.
Damn, it's good to have Lucky in chat.
Very, very true. Very true. It's good to have everybody here. Good to have everybody here, just kind of hanging out a little bit. Yeah, I mean,
Oh, that's what I was
So
saying.
for
I
me,
remember
I
what
would
I
pay
was
the
gonna say.
extra.
I was going to say,
Good to corn.
you might just like the Prosecco's maybe a little bit more, or something that has a little bit, goes a little bit more toward, not sweet necessarily, but more
Fruit. I just
more
want a
fruit-forward.
little bit more like
as opposed to the drier, more yeasty, biscuity, bready kind of stuff. So.
right. And also too, the thing I would mention about these is reading more about kind of the style and then seeing like all the different, food options that go well with it. Like I said, I know you talk. Do you want to talk about your secret food option that goes well with sparkling wine or champagne?
Yeah, just like some nice ridge cut salty potato chips. Or they
Shocking.
don't have to be ridge cut, just salty potato chips. That was one of the guy who used to run the wine program for Trader Joe's back around when I first started. That was one of his little secret tips, and by God, if he's not right.
But like I said, seeing that, I was like, okay, I see where like maybe champagne to me would be more specifically of a food wine, just to cut through, certain types of dishes and things like so. I could definitely get behind that for sure, and I definitely like the other one better. Like if I was going to pick one of these, I would pay the extra for the other one. That would just be me though. But it seems like you like this one better overall, or just
I do, yeah,
Okay.
I would, and just taste
even if you didn't know the
then,
price, you would take this taste wise.
Yes,
Okay, interesting.
Just, at least in this particular comparison.
Okay.
I guess you could blind test me, and we'll see if I would. But
No,
the bottle's gone, so.
Oh, it's very convenient then that you said that.
There are those who are many articles I had read over the years about that sparkling wine being a good Thanksgiving wine as well, because it is lighter, because it can cleanse the palate between heavier courses.
Oh, okay.
At least starting out that way, and I thought that's a good idea.
That makes sense.
I haven't done it. We've never done that though. It's not really overall. It's not a family favorite. So having a sparkler at the holiday.
I wonder what happened if you like. I mean, I know everyone kind of does gravitate toward a lot of the red wine and stuff like that, or then they go the sweet route the other way. I wonder if you just had one open, like to see what would happen.
Try.
I bet I think
Have
that
some
would.
sparkling
I think
wine.
that would definitely get a couple tastes because people are like,
Yeah.
oh, if it's already open, like you give yourself a little bit, and then maybe someone would be.
And actually,
changed.
Deb and Dave brought a sparkler over. That was actually it was a Crémant, and they brought that over at. I don't know if anybody had any at Thanksgiving or not, but it was open, so somebody must have had some of it because. Big fan of water, absolutely.
First time catching
That
this is
sounds
brother.
like
Good
my-
stuff. Appreciate that, Ham Dangle. I'm glad you're stopping in too. That's very, very kind. We've done actually a lot of podcasts. Like I said, no joke. Blind taste tests during holiday gatherings. It's
Yes.
time. So there's a couple things that we have talked about for the new year that I think we're going to want to get to. I don't know how many it would be at a time. Like we did a bourbon tasting. That was the last 3. Well, it's the only 3 years of the barrel proof of the Trader Joe's, which was really fun trying all 3 of those because they were very different. Didn't totally expect that was going to happen. Thought they might, so that was really cool because those are, like I said, it's a Buffalo Trace product like made for Trader Joe's. So that was really neat. But we've brought up a couple times, and I've seen some other people do this on their podcasts and things, actually just having maybe, pick out like a larger portion of things and then either having my wife or someone pour 4 or 5 different things, like either bourbons or whiskey, like 3 things, 4 things. And we have no idea what they are. We just taste them completely blind, pick which one we like the best, and then find out what they are. I think that could be kind of fun.
We've talked about that, doing that like with gin or
right.
bourbon, Scotch.
I'm like, I like the
it's
Magellan,
just-
and I can tell that's the Magellan.
Well, yeah, that'd be
that one you'd have to do an actual.
Yeah.
You'd actually have to cover our eyes on that one. But no, for like either the bourbons or scotches or like mixing those together wouldn't be a great idea. But wish we had a Trader Joe's around me. I hear it's amazing. Yeah, like I said, my brother has worked there for
February will be 19 years.
84 years now. No. For 19 years now.
In
So like I
February.
said, we definitely do a lot of different things from them. And like I said, it's, usually always pretty good. Just got back from Cheesecake Factory. So stuffed. Oh my God. Would you have another wafer? It's wafer thing.
A wafer thing.
Just one tiny little wafer. Maybe you need like a little bit of something sparkly like that, like a good soda or something. I've heard of Trader Joe's. What a world we live in. A fantasy championship, and my starting quarterback is Joe Flacco. What year is it? He may do all right tonight. I agree, and no more low for me too. Like I've heard of Trader Joe's. But yeah, like I said, it's we've done, like I said, ham dangle. Like I said, joking aside, we've done podcasts on different types of water and sparkling waters and sodas and smoothies and all kinds of things. Like I said, it's not always just obviously we love alcohol, like I said, but for us, it's always more about that conversation around it's the flavor that we're enjoying. It's not like, well, I'm glad this is 300 proof so I can get, completely trashed or whatever. I'm glad,
150%
those
alcohol.
Everclear podcasts did not go well.
How did they do that?
How did they do it? That's not possible. That's 120%. No one gives less than 120% these days. Water is the top rated YouTube video. It is definitely one of the most watched for sure. Is one of our very old school. If you want to see the camera work that Keith was talking about earlier, you can see that very much in full effect on YouTube. The full cross section
And
and
how we
everything.
looked 10 years ago.
That's true.
10 years ago.
I don't think they have those in corn country. Yeah, I don't know. Are there Trader Joe's in Nebraska?
I think so.
Still handsome? You're too kind. There we go. Lucky with the YouTube right there. Appreciate that. But yeah, like I said, we've tried all kinds of different things. But yeah, that's one of the new things we've talked about going into the new year. Being able to, like I said, do some of those, like some more blind tasting things like that to kind of really see, you know, what do we really like? What don't we like? What else? We didn't get to it this year. I don't know if we even want to touch on that. Like I said, we've talked about always having like a top list of like, here's our top 5 either whiskeys or beers or whatever else that we, actually podcasted on. That would be something to look back. I can't imagine Keith looking younger. See right there. Hard to believe.
Yeah. You
used to you had a little more Just for Men previously.
Yeah, I didn't do any Just for Men today. I forgot. I just realized that. That's why I've been trying to hide behind the microphone when possible.
This will be an all heavy breathing podcast from Keith.
What are you wearing? What are you drinking?
I completely understand. I'm so regular. Yeah. So like, but no, definitely. Like I said, we actually, speaking of that, I'm a huge beer lover back in the day. I mean, again, being sober, that is super awesome. And some people like then don't even dabble into it at all, but we've been doing a lot of non-alcoholic beers lately, which still does have some in it. So if you're completely, like I said, sober, obviously that's still not even enough, but we've been doing a lot of non-alcoholic beers lately. We want to try some more like whiskeys and different things like that don't have alcohol in them as well. Because people do like, different mixing cocktails and stuff.
Yeah.
We did a couple of things around the holidays. Speaking of Trader Joe's, which I know you said you don't have near you. We tried, like I said, 2 that were kind of like, there was one that was a sparkling grape juice. So it was used Chardonnay grapes, which was really good. Ooh, so it was like for people that wanted to do that kind of thing. I can do non-alcoholic beers. Yeah. Well, good. The one we had tonight, I would not necessarily recommend. It depends on the style that you like. This was a German, even though it was a hazy IPA, it was kind of a like unfiltered dry hopped Pilsner, but I don't quite fully agree with that. But it was okay. Like I said, the stuff we've had from Athletic Brewing the last couple of weeks, their Free Wave Hazy IPA. And what's the other one that we like too?
Run Wild.
The Run Wild. Like I said, those are definitely, check those out. Those are not Trader Joe's things. You can get those anywhere. But those were pretty good. Isn't alcohol most of the draw for beer? Not for me.
No, I mean, for some people it is. Yeah, we do have people that come in and say, that's not high enough alcohol for me. And they're not getting the alcohol for their buck. But for us, it's about about flavor and and trying new things. So
I honestly could care less. If I could find a brewery beer, like some of the ones that we like the most, or at least for me, a brewery beer which has like their stouts and their barrel age and they're all these things. If I could literally find all that flavor and it said this is 1% or no, I wouldn't give a shit.
That's fine.
Like that's not why I'm there. Like I said, also like the flavor, but it's nice. It has alcohol. No, I'm not against it. Yeah. It's just like I said, it's just not
can
something
give you a
like
warm
that.
and fuzzy feeling.
That doesn't care. Me either. Love the taste. Yeah. Keith, take me to Flavor Town.
Won't you take me to Flavor Town?
But yeah, like I said, we've had, like I said, some decent stuff as of late in the non-alcoholic beer world, but we'd like to probably try and find a few more of those kinds of things. like to find. Oh, what was the other one? It was a rosé, but it was also non-alcoholic because it was an herbal. It was an herbal, sparkling herbal tea. So they were kind of going for stuff if you want to feel like you're drinking a wine or whatever else. But those were both fantastic. Unfortunately, those are not year round.
Correct. I do have one of each of them at my house,
but they were great. Guinness non-alcoholic is pretty good, surprisingly. Which non-alcoholic? Like, is it their Guinness like extra stout or their foreign extra stout or one of their lighter ones? But yeah, if anybody has any good suggestions for their favorite of those kind of things, of anything at all, whether it's beer, wine, anything, non-alcoholic, water, soda, if there's something you are liking and we can find it, we love doing that here on the podcast. Like next week is literally going to be, as long as it shows up, we are going to have a podcast based on things that someone that watches the show is sending to us that we're going to try. So like I said, it's always just super cool to do that kind of stuff. So we always appreciate it. But yeah, like I said, no, to see if I could hand you a brewery beer and it had all that flavor. I'm like, this is 1% alcohol. I'd be like, holy crap, this is amazing. Yeah, literally a halo.
Do you think how many more they'd sell?
Because you would might sell less.
Well, why? Because I'd be able to drink.
It's still, they'd be so rich, you probably couldn't drink a lot of them, though. You could drink more.
You could drink more, one every day.
Everclear, there you go.
Yeah.
Are you sending me some Everclear, Guardian Down? Is there some? What was the thing you almost bought? It wasn't Everclear, but it was from Dan Patrick. It was like their moonshine or something.
Oh, yeah, their tailgate moonshine. Yeah.
What was the flavor?
It was a pumpkin something. Pumpkin spice or something. They had a new one that was like a mint. And then they had a gift pack it was a lot more expensive than I had wanted it to be, and then the shipping was going to be like
shipping is a killer.
$25 or $30. So
closest thing I have had to an alcohol-free beer was a vegan steak break fast sandwich from Dunkin' Donuts. They had to pump 40 cc's of gravy to revive.
Don't call.
I could buy in the state over. Not sure if it's legal in Arizona. Everclear is legal in Arizona. I'm pretty sure you can buy that Total Wine. I've seen that. I believe so. Also make a non-alcoholic sparkling strawberry daiquiri I want to try. Who does? All the sparkling juices. I saw non-alcoholic sparkling sangria I want to try. I got a bottle. My mom drank the whole thing on Christmas before I got a glass. Damn it. Vegan, I'm out. I got a gallon of moonshine from the mountains of Tennessee. I refuse to get rid of it. Wow, if it's actually from the mountains of Tennessee, just even picking up the bottle might get you a little buzzed. I'm just saying. Oh, man. So next week, as I already kind of foreshadowed right there, like I said, we've got a couple of different whiskeys that should be hopefully arriving. We'll see. As long as they make it here, we'll have those. They are things that we will probably never get our hands on. So I'm very excited to try both of those things.
The first show of 2024.
First show of 2020.
This is the last show of 2023. How can that be? But that's happened.
Sam Adams says, Hayes for dry January is my suggestion. I've had a couple people mention that one, Guardian Down. I should try that one. It was an accident. My buddy laughed at me for a week. I'm sure I could run a car with it. I figured it's not from a store ham dangle. I just figured that, you got to be careful picking up that bottle. Just even a little bit of the drippings run out. Could probably just do something in the hand. So if we're doing a couple whiskeys next week, if that happens, what we're going to have to start with?
I'll find us something.
We'll find something waterish to start with.
Yes.
And then at some point, are we ever going to try the, the thing that I bought to make a mixed drink?
No, we should do that the following week. Then.
Okay. So the following week, if we're doing that, are we going to go back to the original plan then?
For me to buy the port?
You were going to buy the port. We were going to compare the two ports, and then we were going to make a drink that has port in it.
I could do that. Yeah, I could do that.
Oh, man.
We'll do that.
What a year it has been. What a time
year
to be alive. Oh, man. Well, thank you guys all for being here. Appreciate it. Hopefully you guys had as much fun as we did this evening. And yeah, we will be back again next week.
Next year. We're not going to be back till next year.
Oh, don't do that. No, my God.
Okay, all right.
What are all the beers we tried along the way? That's true.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
This
guy pulling out an old joke. Okay. We're going to go say hi to Mr. Dan Finity. He is doing a charity stream right now. He is trying to get some money going for the Feeding Frenzy. It is the benefit to help Second Helping is the name of the organization. They're in Indiana. They are it's like a food bank. Also, they help people get jobs in the food service industry. So there's classes and school. amazing organization. I'm sure he'll have a full video, ! Donate if you can. If you can't, like I said, just always just hang out there and like I said, help bring awareness to more of that, which is absolutely fantastic. Dan the Man, let's go. Yes, we're going to go see Dan the Man. Like I said, he couldn't be nicer. And like I said, doing this, he's still got probably 3-4 more hours he's going to be on. So definitely throw some support his way. Would appreciate it. Good night. Have a happy year, Keith Planty. Thank you for sticking out.
Yes, Planty. Happy New Year to you as well. And we have great people in our chat. We echo that.
Mm-hmm. You're
Baker.
all absolutely
nice
fantastic
meeting you as well, Ham. Thank you for dropping in. Appreciate that.
Guardian down. Call what? You drink too much, you cuss too much, and you have questionable morals. Always remember, it's not drinking alone if your dog is with you. That's very true.
That's true.
That is 100% accurate. Guardian down, thank you. Have a night. New Year. Happy New Year to great humans. Happy New Year to everybody here. And again, let's go say hi to
Merry New
Mr.
Year.
Dan Affinity, who is spinning some wheels of torture or different things. Anyway, get in there. If you can, donate. If not, just go in, just hang out. Like I said, help support in that way. Always works out. Absolutely fantastic. But until next week,
Happy
week
New
for
Year,
him,
everyone.
You'll see me tomorrow. You'll see him in the new
Have a
year.
good night.
Good night, everybody.